It's the Orioles on Masson and the second game of the day-night doubleheader here at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. The Orioles coming away with a very impressive 2-0 win in the opener on the shutout. And a gorgeous afternoon has turned into an absolutely beautiful evening here at Camden Yards. And welcome as we get set for this one. The Orioles right now have things going their way. Pitching has been outstanding of late during the 6-game win streak they are in. They have not had a 7-game win streak since 2005. They're trying to get a doubleheader win against the Yankees. When's the last time that happened? Well, Noah's Ark wasn't completed. It was 1984, the last time the Orioles swept a doubleheader from the Yankees. We'll see if they can do it here. Take a look at the numbers and what they have done so far. They won on Friday night. They won the first game today, outscoring the Yankees 14-5 in those games. Starters, great numbers. They are 2-0. The offense gets on the board early in these games. That makes a real difference. And the Orioles have not trailed in this series. It is late in the season, but for the Orioles, they can do damage to Yankee hopes of catching the Red Sox, Jim, and playing some good ball right now.
Well, they've already done that, and they come into the series, Orioles only winning 1 of 10, and they were out hit, they were out pitched. They were averaging over 8 runs a game. The Orioles were down by 25 in the first inning, and they've changed all of that. They've pitched well, they've gotten leads, and that's how you play. It's a lot easier to be ahead of a team like the Yankees than trying to catch up. They have the best bullpen. So again, they play great baseball. It started in Minnesota after they didn't play well in Oakland and against the Angels in Anaheim, and all of a sudden we're seeing a different ball club. And
the rookie Ivan Nova, who's going to be on the mound, is a pitcher who, when he gets a lead, is not prone to giving it up. He'll go against Brian Mattis.
Well, he's won 9 in a row, and he's 14-0 when he has the lead. So what a front runner he is. They sent him out for a month. That tells you a little bit about the Yankee pitching staff. And Mattis, he's trying to do. You mentioned in the first game, Gary. Can you learn from what Zach Britton, 2 lefties, able to do? And I talked to him between games, and we talked about. I said. Maybe it's a lot of pressure because Britton was that good, but Mattis, one of his best games he's ever pitched was back in 2009. He really did a number on him. So, again, capable, throwing the ball a little bit better, has not pitched well, though. And to beat these guys, again, great numbers against left-handed starters.
And there is something about doubleheaders. It's very tough to win 2 games of a doubleheader. Sweeps are not common when you play 2. Don't know if that's just the human factor. Psychologically, you won 1, so you let down for the second. I don't know, but doubleheader wins aren't easy.
Well, the only way you're going to beat the Yankees, because they're so good offensively. I mean, Red Sox have more runs, but they played more games. If you have to pitch well. So again, hate to put it on Brian Mattis, but we saw Britton, again, 2 runs doesn't usually beat the Yankees, but because of actually pitching, they were able to do it in game 1.
And the Orioles have not committed an error during the 6-game win streak, and that certainly does not hurt the cause. Could not be a nicer Sunday evening. Great to have you with us. The Orioles and the Yankees, with the O's having won the opener of this 2-game set. Orioles baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines' new Rapid Rewards. Unlimited reward seats and no blackout dates. And we welcome you back to Camden Yards. And let's take a look at our Train game time temperature brought to you by Train. Visit Train.com for an independent Train comfort specialist dealer near you. It's hard to stop a Train. It is 81 degrees. No clouds in the sky, and the humidity way down, and virtually no breeze right now. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Yankees, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. At least we'd like to show you the Yankee lineup, but they've just announced they're going to change the lineup. So we'll make the change in that, and we'll show you Brian Mattis is going to go up against whatever it is.
Yeah, well, he's going to go. I mean, the keys to the game, and he does need a win. 1-6. Hadn't been good. 6 straight losses. We'll keep streaking. The starting pitching's been terrific. One game in every game out of Minnesota. They won 4 there. Tommy Hunter didn't give up a run till the A-Rod home run in the 5th inning, so he pitched well, got an early lead. So and then you look at, again, Snap out of it because he has the 6-game losing streak, too many hits, not that many walks, and then New York State of Mind, 2-3 lifetime record, but a very low ERA at 2.63. So it's not like he hasn't pitched well against the Yankees. Again, I think he knows what's in store with him, and he saw Zach Britton pitch a whale of a game, and the Orioles end up winning.
So a late change for the Yankees. Derek Jeter was supposed to be the leadoff batter. He's not. Brett Gardner, who's going to bat 9th, is the leadoff batter, and Jeter is out of the lineup.
Yeah, probably that ball off his kneecap.
Yeah.
You know, again, we thought he would get well. Again, he didn't play, and we wondered when he got hit. Again, he hit a foul ball right off his right knee. So, again, very much trying to win the American League East. You don't certainly, with leg problems at his age, you don't want him to get hurt.
So Jeter is out of there. He was the DH in the first game. Here is the play on Jeter. The foul ball that came right down and caught him in the knee, and he really limped around on that. Now, he was the DH, so he obviously didn't have to go into the field. But we think that's probably what is keeping him out of here. So Brett Gardner moves up to the leadoff spot. He has had an 0 for 8 in the first 2 games of this series. Speedster, of course, in the leadoff spot. And lefty against lefty to kick it off here with Gardner at the plate.
Yeah, 37 steals, leads the Yankees.
Here's the 1-1 delivery to him, and that will be taken for a strike. As the Yankees tried to do in the opener, they will try and work these Oriole pitchers as deep as they can. Zach Britton ended up going 7, got up to around the 115 pitch mark, didn't give up any runs on 4 hits in that ball game. And the Orioles able to defeat a Yankee team which is beaten up on left-handed starters. With the loss to Britton in the first game, the Yankees are now 27-13 against left-handed starters. Buck Showalter's team beating the 4th best record in the majors percentage-wise that Girardi's club has against lefties. And hitting over 280 against left-handers, 284 coming into game 1. Gardner will take the pitch, and he's gone. And here they go again. The strike zone in the first game saw a lot of poker faces.
Well, again, you know, you think it's a ball. Again, it's the first batter of the game. Wally Bell has not established a strike zone. You know, it's obviously up and away. And here we go. But again, you know, the Yankees, they do it better than anybody else. They lead the American League in walks, on base percentage, 2nd in runs. Again, they played less games than the Red Sox. So that could be changed if they have a big night tonight.
Red Sox idle today, having won the doubleheader yesterday. So the Red Sox gain ground without playing. That ball to left center field by Curtis Granderson is playable. And it will be hauled in by Reimold, and Granderson is retired, 2 down. All right, let's take a look at this Yankee lineup again. Here's what it looks like now. Gardner, Granderson, and Teixeira. Cano, Swisher, and Jones. Then Martin, Chavez inserted into the lineup in place. He was not going to start in place of Jeter as far as the lineup's concerned, and then Nunez. Cano with the big numbers here at Camden Yards. But Robinson Cano had his streak ended here in this ballpark. We'll talk about it when he comes up. Here is Mark Teixeira. Teixeira's had a 3-4-7 in the first 2 games of this series. All 3 hits coming in the first game of this doubleheader. Teixeira at 248, still at the 99 RBIs in the season. And the breaking ball, did he go? Check it first, and the answer is no.
Yeah, you really don't. You know, obviously you'd like this pitch called, but again, this is the kind of curveball. He's had better arm speed. It's a real good breaking ball. Nice take by Mark Teixeira. And again, you keep throwing that kind of curveball, you're going to get hitters out. It's a good one.
Goes back to the outside and will not get the call out there either. And a 2-ball 1-strike count from Brian Mattis.
So what we have seen is more velocity. Pitched well in Oakland, even though the bullpen gave up some runs, so it didn't look good in the line score.
Down to first, fair ball. That's going to be a base hit. Reynolds is playing him the other way. Markakis is going to try for 2. Here's Nick's throw, and not in time. Hits the runner. So the Yankees, for the first time in this doubleheader, are going to get a runner down to second base.
Yeah, his hit in the first inning. This is a pretty good tailing fastball, and again, they keep playing him up the middle. He goes with a pitch. Signal in the first game, double here with two outs in the first.
So a runner in scoring position for Robinson Cano. Cano has gone 6 for 15 with a home run lifetime off Mattis. Teixeira gets the double. The Yankees did not get a runner to second base on the 5 hits they had in the first ball game, so this will be their first chance with a runner in scoring position today. Robinson Cano had an 0-fer in the first game of the doubleheader, as he ended up going 0 for 3. That broke 2 streaks, his 17-game streak overall, and an 18-game hit streak that he had going here at Camden Yards. Both of those ended.
Yeah, and he wears out lefties. I mean, he's hitting better against left-handed pitching coming into that first game, 329. And again, he can hit anybody. 6 home runs, 16 against right-handed pitching.
0-1 count to him. Will take the pitch up high.
And he struck out twice. The first time he thought the ball was outside. Of course, it was a big strike zone. And then Zach Britton, great slider to strike him out. Saw Tony Oliva, one of the great hitters of my era, 3-time batting title. Still remember, they said, what's your biggest highlight against Oliva? Struck him out twice. Well, that's the way it is against Cano. Is that good?
1 ball, 1 strike count. Teixeira off second base. And the pitch is going to miss away. The Yankees continue to have those big first innings, outscoring opponents 181 to 114. They have not been able to do it against the Orioles in the first 2 games of this series, Friday night and this afternoon. They've got a chance, though, to do it right here. Mattis has had good first innings. He's only given up 4 first-inning runs. And got him to go after a heater that was upstairs. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count on a 93-mile-an-hour fastball.
Well, that's the highest velocity of the year. So we're seeing that come back. And he still has to make good pitches. And again, right here, I mean, that's a tremendous sign. It's not the end-all, end-all, because if he ends up in the middle of the plate like he was against the Angels last Sunday, he'll have a problem. But pretty good point that Buck Showalter said about Britton with the rain now. It's an extra day.
And Cano gets another heater, and he's gone. So Mattis starts out by striking out a couple. No runs, a hit, and a runner left on at second base. 54th win overall on the season if they can take both ends of this doubleheader. Take a look at the starting lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Hardy, Markakis, and Jones, Guerrero, Reynolds, and Adams. Reimold, Andino, and Tatum will catch against Nova. 3 for 3 for Vladdy.
And our scouting report, well, prize rookie. Nobody in the American League rookie pitchers has more wins, 13-4. He's won 9 in a row, last 9 decisions, all wins. 9 is fine. And then front runner. We talked about it in the opening. When you give him the lead, he is 14-0. So a young guy, 24 years old. He can throw around 92 to 94. Good slider, curveball. There's the sinker. A little bit of movement.
If he's on, we'll see ground balls and a lot of sliders that will be thrown as an out pitch. Here's the 0-1. His breaking ball, not much to it yet, not one he can rely on. So in order to stay away from throwing just fastballs in key situations, he's got to have the sinker working and the slider. 1 ball, 1 strike count on to Hardy. And Hardy will take it away for a ball. JJ extended his hit streak to 10 games in the first game of the doubleheader, picking up the RBI single in the 8th inning. He had a 1 for 4. Now hitting at 273 in the year. Nova gets it in, goes to right. Nick Swisher. One down.
Take a look at our Nissan defense. Gardner, Granderson, Swisher, Chavez, Nunez, Cano, Teixeira still at first. Russell Martin, who came in and pinch hit behind the plate. And again, Nissan's bottom line sales event. Tremendous selections, great offers, bottom line savings. Visit ChooseNissan.com or your local Nissan dealer.
That'll bring up Nick Markakis. Nick has had a couple of hits and 8 at bats in this first 2 games of the 4 to be played against the Yankees. It was supposed to be 5, but one of those is going to get lost because of Irene. There is another game tomorrow night, regularly scheduled game tomorrow evening. That'll be first pitch 7:05. And the pitch is taken inside. Markakis 2 for 5 off Nova. Nick now at 286 on the year, 23 doubles, as he picked up 2-bagger in the 7th inning and would score the first run. That ball to the gap in left center is going to fall in. Gardner's going to have to chase this all the way to the wall. Nick will go into second base, and he's got a stand-up double.
Yeah, it seems like a good idea when you're young sometimes. When you throw a breaking ball, and it was a good one before that, and then you come back with another one. This one right in the middle of the plate, and then just hammered up the gap. So Nick driving the ball to left field. This is what he was really the last 4 years, a double machine. Chance for the Orioles to take an early lead.
So first RBI opportunity is going to go to Adam Jones in this ball game for the Orioles. Adam getting off the bench and back into the lineup with that sore upper body area. Had an 0 for 3 in the first game of the doubleheader. Did not play on Friday. So he got an extra day's rest with the rainouts yesterday. Nova, that's going to bounce away. And Markakis will move over on the wild pitch.
Yeah, they call those wild pitches, and I was talking in the early game. I was surprised. Russell Martin really did a nice job Friday. I mean, other than the Burnett got knocked around. But, again, this is a ball that you just don't backhand. If you try to backhand it, a big difference between just blocking it. So, again, that's usually a ball you slide out, keep in front of you. And I remember Cal Ripken Sr., he said, boy, that's just not the way you do it. It's not textbook.
There's the leader in wild pitches, A.J. Burnett over there.
So the infield's in.
Infield playing in, so the Yankees not counting on their offense. Fouled away. That's the 9th wild pitch by Nova, so Markakis will be alive down at third base. And Adam Jones will try and get him home.
Yeah, that's probably a good way of looking at it. I mean, they can steal bases 6 out of 16, but I look at it as this is a sinker ball pitcher, and you're thinking that he's going to get a ground balls. But again, you scored 22 runs on Thursday night. You hit 3 grand slams. Unusual to play your infield in this early.
1-1 delivery, and that's going to get a run in. That'll go back to the warning track or close to it. Gardner's got it. Markakis will tag up. Jones the RBI, and again, the Orioles are first on the board with a 1-0 lead.
Boy, it's really nice, again, to go up to home plate. You know, Adam, again, the injury in the left side of his upper chest, really not swinging as well over the last week as he has all year. He can get an RBI. He can drive in a run without getting a base hit.
78 RBIs on the year. Adam Jones chasing down the average, and Nick Markakis scores another run. Here's Vladdy, 2 down, nobody on. 4-game hit streak for Vladdy, and the pitch will be taken inside as Guerrero had a single in the 7th inning, picking up the first RBI for the Orioles. Rode in just a little bit.
Yeah. Little chin music.
Here's the 1-0 delivery. And go down and play.
Guy's doing a game in Milwaukee, and Tim Leary. He did it to Dwight Evans. Almost hit him in the head. And then threw a slider, and probably the best one he threw all afternoon. And hitters just don't like that.
That one he came back inside on. Nunez up, and took a long time because Vladdy's slow, but almost not that slow. But yes, he was. A run in. The RBI goes to Jones, and the Orioles have a 1-0 lead.
Four, 5, 6 outings, you can feel like you're playing a baseball game instead of trying to survive. And our guys have really been in attack mode, which is really they've gotten a return for it. And you try to make them react to something you're doing instead of being so reactive to something they're doing. Be proactive on it. Make them think that everything's not coming a certain way in a certain sequence, and make them react. And nothing better than strike one.
Talking about the performance of Zach Britton in the first game with a walk, 4 strikeouts, and no runs on 4 hits against him, as that left-hander got a win, and now this left-hander is trying to do the same thing. He will face Nick Swisher, who's never had a hit against him. And the delivery, and Swisher will take the pitch outside for a ball. Swisher's gone 0 for 14 against Brian Mattis. Highly unusual, but maybe Mattis is going to be one of those guys that for Swishers just can't figure him out. Way inside to him.
Well, he'll be your first test for Brian Mattis, because Swisher, a much better average hitter. And right here, just a fastball down and in. And one thing about starting, you come out of the bullpen, you get the adrenaline going, you got to calm down. There's a good pitch. We were just talking in between starts. Boy, that's the muscle memory. You have to be able to hit that in hitters count, be able to stay out of the middle of the plate on the corner. That's where they're going again.
2-1 delivery will be up high. Nick hitting .328 right-handed, much better average than the other way. .244 coming into the day, but 15 of his 19 home runs hit from the other side of the plate. 3-1 strikeout, and Swisher will take it, and it's a strike on the outside corner. Wally Bell reels him back in.
Yep, they'll go to first base with the best of them if you let them, and that ball again right there on the edge. If the Yankees want it to be called a ball. These are not their type of umpires, because again, they're better than anybody else working the count. Red Sox right behind them.
Swisher, third in the league in walks, had one in the first game, and he gets one here. He's got 84 in the year now, and the leadoff man on.
Yeah, the Nissan Oriole defense, Reimold, Jones, Markakis, that's the Oriole outfield, Andino, Hardy, Adams, Reynolds, and then Wieters with the second game off. Craig Tatum, big hit on Thursday, double up the gap. Orioles winning that game 6-1. And again, the leadoff walk. No defense for it.
So now Andrew Jones will stand in. Jones, the designated hitter in this game, had a 1 for 3 in the first game, and the pitch will be taken up high. Jones getting some DH work, coming in with that .254 batting average. And only 4 doubles, 10 home runs, 27 RBIs. His at bats coming in not fill-in situations, but games like this and doubleheader days and days off for starters, and then when he's got good numbers against somebody, he'll come on. He doesn't against Mattis. He's 0 for 4. Brian taking a look at first base. Reynolds will hold on Swisher. Adams moved way over towards second base, playing into pull on the ground. Oh, nice change up right there.
Well, he threw some great one. He struck out Torrey Hunter early in the game in Anaheim and never could recapture it. But this is what I said. When you threw the change up to Hunter, what did it feel like? It felt like that, because that's about the perfect change. And you could see Andrew Jones, he's swinging, the ball's about 2 feet out in front of home plate. So if Brian Mattis is going to pitch well, he has to have that pitch.
Jones 280 against left-handers, way over what he does against righties. He fouls that one straight back. So Brian Mattis, a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Runner on at first base. Swisher, the leadoff batter, trying to get Jones get that ground ball, because he is not fleet of foot coming out of the batter's box. So Mattis can get the ground ball here. He's got a good shot at getting the ground ball double play. Jones is a fly ball hitter. 1-2 delivery up high to him. And leaving the count up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. We are told that Derek Jeter was taken out of the lineup before this game started with a right knee contusion. So that was that foul ball that bounced off his knee that we showed you. So Joe Girardi's lost Jeter, who's been red hot at the plate. And another start at short Nunez. That's going to be foul back.
Yeah, I'm not sure you want to be hanging around up in the zone with those changeups. So again, it's such a field pitch. That's the pitch that he really did a lot of work on in between starts. Sunday in Anaheim, the throwing session in Minnesota. But then again, bullpen's a little different than the mound, unfortunately, sometimes.
2-ball, 2-strike count, short lead at first. Popped up. Again, no play.
Because it is the gateway to having success if you can relax and get the feel, and boy, that's always hard for young pitchers. I think we forget how young. Well, you know, Britton, because it's his first year, is only 23. Brian's 24, so it's not like he's long of tooth.
Not a lot of long tooths right now in that pitching staff for the Orioles, Strider-wise.
Well, you got the graybeard Jeremy Guthrie.
Here's the 2-2 delivery. Breaking ball is going to miss up high. So the count goes full, 3 balls, 2 strikes, and these are the kind of at-bats that have bothered the younger Orioles starters as far as pitching deep into games. This is where that pitch count begins that run.
Yep.
He's up to 29.
And they get to see more pitches, and the more pitches that good hitters get to see, easier it is to hit.
3-2.
I mean, he's airing it out, and again, it's not a lot of times that you're wild. It's just that you're trying to make the perfect pitch. You can't relax. Zach Britton talking about that. He said, I just felt more relaxed as the game progressed. You know, the last 3-4 innings, I felt I could have, what did he throw, about 118 pitches, most he's ever thrown. He said they were a lot easier than the first 3 or 4 innings. So Brian is trying to find what he calls his groove.
3-2 the count. Swisher not going. Popped him up. And that's going to end up back in the seats. Ricocheting one, bouncing around. 10 pitches already in this at bat for Jones, just fighting him off. And he's fought off a couple of pretty good pitches. He's walked 20 times, struck out 44. He's had only 138 at bats. You compare that to the starters who are up at 500. 3-2 delivery again. That ball in the air to left field. That is going to be playable. Reimold is there, and he's got it. Swisher will go back to the bag. Maryland Lottery double play contestant for this game is Michael Newberry from Baltimore. For every double play the Orioles turn, Michael, you get $1,000 from the Maryland Lottery. You can enter 2 great scratch-offs for a chance to win, turn non-winning double play, or amaze the 8 scratch-offs into cash or O's prizes. Just go to mdlottery.com/double play. Martin came on in the first game of the doubleheader and grounded out as a pinch hitter and then stayed in to catch. Cervelli started the game and had a 1-for-2. Russell Martin 0-for-4 in the ballgame on Friday. That's a tailor-made. Adams, Hardy, Reynolds. We didn't get our double play contestant any sooner named than you won $1,000. Congratulations, Michael Newberry, Baltimore. That grand is yours from the Maryland Lottery double play contest, and Mattis the beneficiary on the field. Look at the American League leaders coming into today's play in 3-hit games. Adrian Gonzalez and Michael Young at the top. Nick Markakis not far behind. Jacoby Ellsbury and then Dustin Pedroia. But note, you got 3 out of the 5 in the top 5 Red Sox. Call today for the Luna Double. Get your second room of flooring free. 877-241-LUNA.
Yeah, Michael Young creeping up on Adrian Gonzalez in the batting title.
Texas is going to play tonight at home against the Angels. Nova will be facing Reynolds. 7-game hit streak for Mark. He's had a good couple of games against the Yankees. Reynolds went 3 for 3 in the first game of this doubleheader. He had 2 singles, a double, and a run scored. So he's now 4 for 7 with a home run and an RBI in the first 2 games of the series, Friday night and this afternoon. And a 1-0 count.
He said, yeah, I got 3 hits in the first game. I didn't hit any of them hard, but I'm happy. Hit them hard enough. I mean, a little bit
plenty
lucky.
of hard ones that'll be caught. So take them when they come. Pitch will be outside from Nova and a 2-0 count. Nova's walked 43 in 124 innings, along with the 74 strikeouts that he picked up. So about a 2-to-1 ratio on strikeouts to walks. 2-0 delivery. Off-speed pitch, and that's going to miss outside. He falls behind 3-0. 3 for 3 with a double and the run scored. And you can see he didn't even think he had a hit on that one. But he did, and he came off 3 for 3 in the game. Here's the 3-0. That's in there. Average at 226. RBIs at 71. 3-1 delivery inside to him and comes back to make it 3-2.
Yeah, you could see that he's got a live arm when we talk about Ivan Nova. He's 6'4", I mean, kind of slender, a lot of arms and legs. And again, I would imagine there's some deception there.
3-2 delivery, and that's towards second base, and it's going the other way. Again, they were playing him right behind second. Cano was, and that ball had the twists on it, taking it towards right field. So Reynolds 4 for 4 in the doubleheader. Tomorrow, these two teams will wrap up the series. It's the final game at 7:05 tomorrow night. Hope you'll get out, paint the park orange, and see some baseball. Get your tickets in advance, 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com. That's a regularly scheduled game that had been part of this, what was going to be a 5-game series, now down to 4. Here's Ryan Adams. Adams' 6-game hit streak as he came through in that first game. And he'll take the pitch down low. Ryan really showing some numbers at the plate. He had a base hit in his last time up in game 1.
Yeah, a little soft liner over the head of Cano into right field. Eventually create the first and third situation. And again, he's going to be a guy, as you will see, he can hit the ball to right center. He's going to be a good hit and run guy. If you like to hit and run, Earl Weaver never liked it. Didn't think there were enough positive things. But again, you get into those 2-0, 2-1 counts with a strike thrower. You can start your runner. He can make contact. He can hit the ball, and he stays inside the ball. In other words, you're able to hit the ball to the right side with the best of them, of the young hitters I've seen.
Big hole there right now. And that one's going to be into that gap in right center. He's going to stay hot, and he can't cut it off. Coming around is Reynolds. He's going to score. It'll be a double and an RBI. And Adams continues to write an interesting first chapter. And the Orioles have a 2-0 lead.
Well, again, he gets labeled. He works on his defense, and I don't think this has ever been a problem. Again, stay inside the ball. You can see the barrel of the bat, not trying to pull it. He said, my favorite alley's the right center one. So again, it's a matter of getting a good pitch. He works the count in his favor. Here comes Mark Reynolds. So the Orioles add to that 1-0 lead, 2-zip.
And our Exmo brought to you by the Volkswagen Going Gone event. Great deals are here, but not for long. Visit VWDealer.com. 2-0 lead for the O's. Here's Reimold, slider strike.
And you must attempt to hit this ball to the right side.
Got to get him moved up.
Yep, you really do. I want, or I don't want, it doesn't really matter what I want. The Orioles want. They want to have the Yankees play the infield in again. Make Andino, who's on deck. So at least you got to try to shoot one to the right side.
Reimold had his hit streak ended in the first game of the doubleheader at 7. He had an 0 for 3, but he's had 3 hits in the first 2 games of this series, 3 for 7, and he's got an RBI opportunity. There, Adams out there at second base. He's got 13 base hits, 14 base hits already. Pitch is outside, only the 15th game in the first of the doubleheader, 16 here in this one for him this year. And Adams putting up a hit in every ball game and then some. And
yeah, boy, he got called up. Yeah.
Something to see.
Got called up about 6 days ago. Not in Oakland. Boy, it's great to come to the big leagues and show him you can hit. And the bonus is he's played great second base.
Reimold with a 2-ball 1-strike count. Cano holding the runner close. Reimold trying to go the other way. Will foul it into the seats. Defensive alignment has got Cano, who's now going to come in and talk to Nova. Almost on second base. That forces Teixeira to have to get way off first and move very close to being right in the middle between first and second. Well, Cano probably wanted to know, where are you going to throw this? Can you tell me so I know where to stand?
Well, a lot of times with young pitchers, you don't know. Yeah, the target could be away, but it doesn't mean he's going to do that. But he's just trying to keep Ryan Adams close to second base, and then he'll go back to his position.
2-2 delivery, and he had to pull that one foul.
Well, that's your little slide ball. A little slider. The good ones, they look like a fastball, and then they just slide away from you. And if you're 6'4" and you get on top of it, not only slides, it goes down. Tilts, they call that.
Nova 2-2, battling here with Reimold. He's looking for the RBI or at least moving the runner up. Adams off second base. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Up over Reimold's head. For Nova against the Orioles, he has a 1-0 record. He worked against them on July 30 in the second game of a doubleheader. Had a 17-3 win ultimately. He gave up 2 runs, 6 hits in that ball game. He's had 2 previous starts against the Orioles who've gotten 4 runs, 12 hits, and 13 innings against him. 3 ball, 2 strike count. Pretty good battle right here. And he got him.
There's the slider. Boy, for a lot of young hitters, and Nolan Reimold is young. I mean, this is the equalizer. And it's a good one. Boy, everybody I talk to, whether it's Kenny Singleton, he would tell you if he's got that pitch going, he's got a chance to have a good night. And the fact they have averaged 7.19 runs per game when he pitches. So a lot of run support.
He has not lost a game in his last 10 starts. You got to go all the way back to June 3rd for Nova's last loss. It was against the Angels, 3-2. Since then, he's had only 1 no decision game. In those 10 starts, he's gone 9-0-1. He is on a real roll. What a difference he's made for Girardi's team with the problems they've had with the rotation, keeping people healthy and getting good quality starts.
Well, when they sent him out, as you know, Gary, they sent him out right after his start against the Mets, and he was gone for almost 3.5 weeks because they wanted Colon and Freddie Garcia to start.
That's going to be in the air to center. Going back is Granderson. Runner's going to tag and move over to third base, but there are 2 down as Granderson hauls it in and Andino is retired. The Orioles are going to have something to say about the Eastern Division finish. See the schedule versus the American League East for the Orioles. 3 games against the Yankees, 3 on the road, including tonight. They've got 3 at home, 3 on the road against the Jays, 3 on the road, 3 at home against the Rays, and 4 at Fenway, and 3 at home against the Red Sox. So only 7 of the remaining games are outside the American League East. So these 2 managers are going to see one another a bit, including over the Labor Day weekend in New York. 2 down, runner at third, and here's Tatum doing the catching.
Yeah, and the Yankees, I would imagine, if they, and you know they have their advanced scout guys, maybe sometimes 2 of them, don't throw them a fastball if you can get away from it. Throw them breaking balls, throw them sliders. Craig Tatum likes the ball out over the plate. It's going to hit it back up the middle.
In the dirt, Russell Martin with a nice stop.
But again, he's going to play that ball a little bit different than he did early on. He's not going to backhand it, not with a runner at third. And what you do is you hope that runner at third will maybe get Nova to get the ball up a little bit. Doesn't want to bounce one.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Adams with a good secondary lead at third base. And a check swing, and that's in there for a strike. The Orioles, another one of the big numbers that they've been able to put up with runners in scoring position. The Orioles on the year hitting at .265, but during the win streak, they have hit over .360 in these situations. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and foul tipped into the mitt for the strikeout. So the Orioles will get a run in. Adams got the RBI. He's also left stranded, and the Orioles have a 2-0 lead. Orioles baseball on Mass and brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines' new Rapid Rewards, unlimited reward seats and no blackout dates. And by Nissan's Bottom Line Sales Event. Tremendous selections, great offers, bottom line savings. Visit ChooseNissan.com or your local dealer. It was Sunday night. We were working the day watch out of Camden Yards. My name's Joe Friday. My partner's name is Jim. The streets were quiet after the storm had passed through, but we were not going to let up in our vigilance. Dun, 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 dun.
Just the facts, man.
Just the facts, man. Just the facts.
There you go. We're dating ourselves, but
we are.
All right.
That's all right. Here's Eric Chavez.
Yeah, he's been struggling, hasn't been playing, broke his foot, missed almost 2 months. Would not be in there if it was not for Derek Jeter. And A-Rod, of course, he's coming off the knee surgery and also aggravated a left thumb, so he's gets the night off. One of those guys, again, I mean, great respect for him. Had a nice career, been hurt. 6 straight Gold Gloves. But again, when you look at your lineup, you want to beat him tonight, you got to get him out. Got to make your pitches.
Chavez, that's the pitch he's not going to hit apparently tonight, as keeping that ball away, down and away on that little breaking ball, and he's missed it by a good margin. Getting his 100th at bat, hitting .263, a homer, 15 RBIs, 4 doubles. Did put on a spurt right after the All-Star break. Lofts that one to center. Jones coming. He can't get to it. So he's got a base hit. Chavez on with a second Yankee hit.
Boy, you hate to get to 2 strikes, and again, he makes a nice adjustment. It's outside, maybe a little bit higher than you'd like. But he gets a little leverage. You can see about thigh high. Doesn't drive it, just hits it off the end of the bat. But again, that's how you start innings. You get to hit first. You're a leadoff guy. He gets on.
Nunez had a 5-game hit streak, ended in the first game when he went 0 for 3. He started at shortstop in the first game of the doubleheader. Eduardo Nunez at .277, and will take the pitch up high for a ball. So the Yankees getting their second hit of the ball game. The Orioles have the 2-0 lead here in the 3rd inning. Top of the order, and Gardner waiting on deck. Chavez is not going to go anywhere at first base. Here's the 1-0, and that will catch the outside corner for a strike. Remember, these Yankees came into today's play with those lofty numbers against left-handers. 27-13 now against left-handed starters. Second best percentage in the majors. Hitting .285 off lefties. 21 points higher than they were against right-handers. 1-1 delivery, foul back. So what Mattis tonight and Britton, who did it this afternoon, are trying to do is defeat a very good team against left-handed pitching.
And again, just a run scoring machine. And they back it up with a great bullpen.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Nunez.
What the Yankees do, the 2 best teams in baseball as far as run differential are the Phillies in the National League, and then the Yankees. They came into that first game 190 more runs scored than given up, 191. So
Reynolds, no play.
They seem to be the best balanced team in the American League. I mean, the Red Sox certainly are a great ball club. All kinds of injuries. But their run differential, I mean, up over about 150, which is good, but not like the Yanks.
If it's not the Phillies and Red Sox, something's wrong.
Yeah, it could be, yeah.
I just don't think the Yankees, even though they may have the run differential, I just don't think they're as good.
Well, they're 2-10 against the Red Sox, so that's not a good number.
No. 1-2 delivery will be popped up to second base. Adams. Nunez retired. Our Suzuki game flow. Otto's all-wheel drive lineup. Suzuki, the power of engineering. Orioles getting those early RBIs. Jones on a sac fly. Brian Adams on an RBI double, scoring Markakis and Reynolds. And so far, Brian Mattis holding the Yankees to a double and a single with a walk and 2 strikeouts. Here's Brett Gardner, leadoff batter, called out on strikes his first time up. Gardner with a runner at first base. Orioles straight up in the infield and outfield. Way up high for a ball. The speedster is at the plate, not on first base. Here's the 1-0 to him. Gardner coming into the day second in infield hits in the American League. He is an outstanding bunter, but he can slash the ball all over the park and pick up extra base hits.
Yep, and that's what he does. 2 years ago, he spent the whole winter pitching machine working on his bunting, all spring training, trying to get a little bit better. Very good defensive outfielder. Charges the ball with the best of them. So it gives you speed offensively and defensively. And again, Yankee Stadium, still a pretty big ballpark, good hitter's park, but you better have guys that can chase him down in the gaps.
And they do in Gardner and Granderson. Here's the 2-0 delivery to him, and he tried to jump on that one.
Well, he tried to do exactly what you want to do, which is basically, again, you get into the hitter's count. You know they're holding Chavez for some reason, and you want to hit a ball in the right field, and you want to hit it aggressively. And he had that kind of swing. Good news for Brian Mattis. He missed it.
Gardner 256 off lefties, 275 off right-handers. 2-ball, 1-strike count for Mattis. 1 down. Great pitch, great location on that one.
Yeah, I mean, he's still a little bit around the zone, but his stuff is so much crisper than it was early in the year. I mean, you know, he was 85, 86. Again, I mean, this ball's thrown. So the conditioning, I mean, Brady Anderson, 6 meals a day. Looks like he's got a little meat on him. He's much more positive, even though the record doesn't indicate that he's had a lot of success. Seems like a different guy. Seems like he was the guy that won the last 6 decisions last year.
Here's the 2-2 delivery, and bat and ball will end up going back.
Yeah, I don't think they liked where that location was.
Brian's lost his last 6 starts. Last win came on June 6. Then he went down after the game on 6:30 against the Cardinals. Did not come back to pitch until the 16th of August. Went down on June 30 and came back August 16. Since then, he's worked in 2 games against Oakland and against the Angels, and has given up 16 hits and 12 runs combined in those games. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brett Gardner.
Yeah, just, you know, again, you bring it down. You like to bring it down at least 1.5 feet, and then it's a good curveball, but that pitch is such a field pitch. So let's see if they start Chavez. Contact hitter at the plate. I'm not sure they will, because Gardner doesn't hit that many double plays.
Tough to double up.
Yep.
3 ball, 2-strike count, 1 away. Chavez not going, and the pitch is inside. He walked him. So the Yankees with 1 away have 2 on. Second walk given up by Brian Mattis.
That's really a no-no. Again, no disrespect to Brett Gardner, but he's the guy you got to throw strikes to. You want him to put the ball in play, and now all of a sudden trouble comes up.
Curtis Granderson. Granderson has flied out to left in the ball game. He has not had a hit yet in the first 2 games of the series, going 0 for 8.
And it was a deep fly ball.
2 on, 1 down. And the pitch will be down low for a ball.
And then again, 36 home runs, 13 against guys that throw with the left arm. Nobody's done that better as a left-handed hitter in the American League. Coiled aggression.
1-0 delivery to him. Granderson got a hollow one. See ya. Way back in right field, and goodbye home run, Curtis Granderson. A 3 RBI homer, and it's 3-2 Yankees.
Yeah, you could see that coming, especially if you throw it down Broadway. Just what he does. So again, he's going to hit home runs. It's the walk in front of him. I mean, it's right down the middle, 91. 14th home run against left-handed pitching. 37 on the year. And the Yankees get the lead.
And Curtis Granderson has caught Jose Bautista. They are now both tied with 37 home runs, as Toronto was shut out today in their game 12-0. So Bautista's no longer the league leader in home runs, at least not alone, as Granderson has caught up with him. And here's Teixeira. One away, bases are empty. Yankees have their 182nd major league leading home run. And that will be fouled off.
And the irony of Curtis Granderson, a lot of people say the Yankees don't develop talent, but how did they get him? Austin Jackson and Phil Coke. A left-handed reliever, starting pitcher in the minor leagues, and a rookie outfielder that done a nice job for the Tigers.
1-2 delivery will go down to third base. Andino on the hop. Granderson, in addition to all we've talked about, he also has been the Yankee leader in go-ahead RBIs and game-winning RBIs. And he's added another one to at least one of those categories, as 3 RBIs he's picked up here have given the Yankees the 3-2 lead for the moment.
And how about runs scored? I mean,
right at the top.
Yep, about 20 more than the closest competitor.
Scored 120 runs. Ellsbury's behind him with 95.
Pretty nice year, wouldn't you say?
Yep. I mean, they expected him to have a good year, but I don't think anybody expected him to have this kind of year. Here's Robinson Cano. Cano has struck out his first time up. 12 home runs surrendered by Brian Mattis in 39 innings pitched. So the home run ball has been a problem for him. And there's Granderson, who got one in this game. 2-strike count on Cano. And got him. So that'll take care of that at bat. Mattis gets his third strikeout, but the Yankees get the lead on the Granderson homer. It's 3-2. Birdland favorite back at Camden Yards, the Natty Bow Bar. Early bird specials before every Orioles home game. Legendary beer on draft at select locations throughout the yard. And you can get the Natty Bow Brat. It's a bratwurst sandwich, Baltimore's own Roma sausage infused, great word, with a taste of national bohemian beer. Stop by the Natty Bow Bar and enjoy one of Baltimore's great products and a fan favorite. Bottom half of the third inning, 3-2. The Yankees on top, and the Orioles go to the top of the order. Here's Hardy, who flied out his first time up. Ivan Nova, no walks, 2 strikeouts so far.
Yeah, again, one of the keys to the game, 14-0 when he gets the lead. Well, he's got it.
All good things must come to an end. We'll see.
Yeah, exactly.
1-0 delivery is foul back.
Well, again, when you're getting, certainly you still have to go out there. I mean, 2 starts ago, he pitches 5 1/3 innings, gives up 9 hits, 7 runs, and he wins. So he is well supported. It is the Yankees, but again, he comes back and then pitches a shutout against the Twins.
That one is ripped. He hung it. That's going to be a fair ball. Hardy's got an 11-game hit streak, and he's got a double. So the Orioles get the potential tying run on. That was a flashing hit me sign all the way in.
Yeah, there's no better high ball hitter on this ball club. I mean, he gets one, and then he just rips it. He was saying, what am I, like 2 for 36 against the Yankees? Said the bad thing about getting the numbers all the time, it's depressing. And he just changed those numbers. 1 for his last 1.
That's what he's doing. So he's got an 11-game hit streak. And more importantly, the Orioles get the potential tying run at second base on their 4th hit. Nick Markakis had a double his first time up. He scored. So Nick with the RBI chance. They don't try and hold Hardy particularly close. And the pitch is in for a strike called.
Yeah, he hit that curveball up the gap in left center, and back-to-back hooks, hit the second one and smoked it. And of course now, and they have played him to pull. And look at where Granderson, you can look right over second base, and you can see Curtis playing him to pull now.
Here's the 0-1. Markakis a chopper. He's going to get the runner over. Good play made by Nunez, the shortstop, to get the out, but the productive at bat moves Hardy over to third base with 1 away. He'll be congratulated as he comes back into the dugout.
Yeah, that's the situational hitting. We saw Adam Jones do it, who's going to step to the plate, sacrifice fly. Reimold couldn't do it. And his at bat after the Adams double.
And hits or no hits, Joe Girardi thinks this is going to be a tight game. The infield's in again. He did it in the first inning, and he's doing it again here in the 3rd. Adam Jones, sac fly. And his only at bat in the game. 1 down, a runner at third base. There's that slider. That's Nova's pitch. That's the out pitch. And you can see why. Now, the way the hitters go after it, that thing looks like it's coming barrel of the bat.
Well, the good slider, you don't pick up the spin. I mean, the cutter doesn't spin, just cuts. But the slider, when it's thrown, and the dot is so tiny, you just don't see it.
0-1 delivery to him is fouled off in a 2-strike count.
And then even though we have seen Adam Jones do a great job with 2 strikes last week, he was the best hitter in the American League. With 2 outs, excuse me, and right here now all of a sudden he's got a battle.
Adam hitting 300 against the Yankees this season. Home run and 4 RBIs, 5 now, the one he added in this ball game. He's got another one down there with Hardy at third base. Infield stays, drawn in, and that's going to be in the air to right center field. That'll get him in. Catch made by Swisher, and nothing he can do back there. Hardy scores. 2 sacrifice flies for Adam Jones, and this game's tied.
Well, there's your slider, but they never ran him off the plate. He made a nice job of adjusting. Again, what do you do with 2 strikes? You cover the whole plate. He gets a slider he can put in play, and the Orioles tie it up.
There's a true manufactured run. Hardy got the double, moved over by Markakis, sac fly by Jones.
Yeah, they ought to give Nick a half an RBI on that. That's what hitters should start getting. Sure, they take
half an RBI. That's good. Yeah.
Well, how many runs you drive in? 87.5 runs.
Some people have said those productive at bats, as we call them, should be like sacrifices.
Well,
not counted as at bats.
And then you really have to root for your teammate, because it's not a sacrifice unless he scores. How about that? Make it a real tough grader.
Unless he scores in the inning.
Yes.
So it becomes almost a team RBI.
Look at Bus.
Good idea. Let me guess, Nick's talking hitting. Here's a slow roller. Vladdy's going to show his speed right here. Vladdy's going to get an infield hit. He's had 2 infield hits in a week.
Softer. Hit him softer. Of course, in the first game, gave the Orioles their 1-0 lead. They would go on to win 2-0, and right here, right. There you go. He does. What did Butch Robinson say? I'm running as hard as I can. I'm just not getting there very quickly. Well, Vladdy runs far faster than Brooksy. But they were both giving you the same effort.
And that's exactly right. And he gets out of the box.
Well, he really does. One thing about Vlad, he plays the game with such youthful exuberance. It's wonderful to see.
Let's see if the Orioles can take advantage of it. Here's Mark Reynolds. Reynolds with a single his first time up. He's got an 8-game hit streak going with that base hit that he picked up. Orioles have tied the ball game up. Reynolds hitting .210 against the Yankees this year. He's had 4 home runs, though, and 9 RBIs against the Yankees. And the pitch is outside, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Reynolds. So Mark doing pretty much what the Orioles had hoped for. .227 average, even a little better than they might have thought. 30 home run mark, nothing wrong with that, and 71 RBIs. Knew there were going to be strikeouts, hoped there were going to be home runs and RBIs to go with it, and there have been. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Inside to him. Martin had set up outside and low. The pitch was up and in.
I can relate to that. That's how I got through a lot of my career. You overthrow it. And I'm sure that Ivan Nova knows who's at the plate, but this guy can waffle pitches you throw, so you overthrow it. Not even close.
2-1 count. Nova's first appearance here at Camden Yards. That's going to be foul back. That's one he'd like to have again. A pretty good cut on that one.
Well, he does have live stuff and can get away with it.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Nick Markakis, who comes to the park every day, ready to get 2 or more hits, and expects to. Guerrero being held at first base by Teixeira. There he goes. Swung on and missed. Guerrero was running. Reynolds, however, will go down swinging. The Orioles will get a run. Jones the sac fly. Hardy scored. Game tied. Verizon Fios 1912. The Red Sox only 50 at bats in a doubleheader, the fewest in Major League history. Still is 1926. Indians used the exact same lineup, including the same pitcher, in a doubleheader, and they won both ends of it. And in 1938 on Connie Mack Day, the A's set a record with their 7th doubleheader played in 8 days. Switch to Fios, a network ahead to learn more. Visit Verizon.com/get Fios.
So it it had to be a home game for the Red Sox, that doubleheader. 50 because they didn't bat in the bottom of the ninth.
In the bottom half.
Yeah, so you save, 6 at bats right there.
Yep. It was in Chicago.
2-1 hit. Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
So how did they do that?
I don't know. Fewest at bats in a twin bill. 50. I'd have to think about that.
Well, no, you still have to get the outs, don't you?
Well, I would suppose so.
Well, so how do you get an out? So it had to, well, if it was in Chicago, that means, yeah, I don't understand that. I'm not going to worry about it.
Well, you clearly are.
No.
I agree with you. That doesn't seem right. And maybe the info here that I got is wrong, and that game had to have been played in.
So you cannot be trusted the day after a hurricane, can you?
Or the day after that. A 2-ball, 1 strike count on Nick Swisher, and a strike on the outside corner. By the way, that pitcher was Dutch Levison. You remember him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good old Dutch.
Dutch pitched both ends of that doubleheader in 1926. He won 6-1 and 5-1. It was against the Red Sox. He didn't strike anybody out in either game. 2-ball, 2 strike count here. Swisher drew a walk. And he swung on and missed. That almost hurt.
Yeah. He's got to swing harder. I mean, that's a great changeup, and this is a pitch that, you know, Brian's thrown some good ones, and there's another one. It's a pitch he has to get back in his repertoire because it slows the bat down. As we told you, Nick Swisher over 300, very disciplined hitter, but that is a terrific 2-2 changeup.
Andrew Jones in the air. Not deep. Not deep at all. Jones to Jones. 2 down.
Well, your bounce back inning if you're Brian Mattis. Soft hit to left by Chavez, the walk to Gardner, and then the 3-run bomb by Granderson, which is what he does. He's got to come back and reestablish that you can throw all your pitches and all your counts, and that's what Brian has to do. He's not overpowering. He's not a soft thrower, but you know, he's not like CC Sabathia or even Zach Britton.
Speaking of which, here is Russell Martin. Martin hit into a double play his first time up. CC Sabathia at one point somewhere along the way was scheduled to pitch tomorrow night. Now Jim said CC says he's not pitching till Tuesday, and apparently he's not. Freddie Garcia.
Oh, I said, were you seeing him tomorrow? He said, no, Tuesday, and they're playing the Red Sox. So
yeah, so he's being held out for the Red Sox.
I don't think he's beating the Red Sox. That's the one. You know, you talked again, 2-10. Beckett seems to beat him. So
he's going to get another chance.
Yeah.
So Sabathia apparently he's going to be held out to Tuesday, and we'll see Garcia in tomorrow night's game. And that pitch is taken inside. Orioles have Alfredo Simon scheduled to make the start tomorrow night. 2-ball, 1 strike count. Russell Martin. Brian Mattis trying to get a quick inning here, and he does. Andino leaning. He's got it. 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Tie game. Second game of our twin bill. Baseball on Masson, brought to you by AT&T, the nation's fastest mobile broadband network, and by Honda. See your Honda dealer and discover the great values now being offered. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer with you here at Camden Yards. Second game of the doubleheader. The Orioles came away with a victory this afternoon, 2-0. Britton getting the win, Cologne taking the loss. Eric Gregg coming on to pick up the save, and the Orioles as a team recording their 6th shutout of the season, and the Yankees shutout for the 6th time. And there is Zach Britton, who was outstanding.
Yeah, he outdueled Bartolo Colon, who pitched great.
No runs on 4 hits against him. Bartolo Colon trying to get a phone call in on his bat. No, he was checking the wood there. Here's Ryan Adams. Adams an RBI double. And he'll fight that one off. So a 7-game hit streak for the young second baseman, who continues to impress with a .311 average.
It just looks like he could hit the fastball, and most likely will until they adjust. Again, he's a good high ball hitter. You saw right there, 94, pretty quick to it.
.283 average, 10 home runs, playing at AAA Norfolk. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Adams, little jelly-legged on that one.
Yeah, well,
started, stopped.
That's the hook. Hadn't thrown too many curveballs. That was a good one. And he threw it over.
Makes it even better. Here's the 0-2. And got him.
Not a real good slider, but it certainly fools him. Yeah.
Nova gets the K. Let's take a look at our PNC Minor League report, brought to you by PNC for the achiever in you. Jonathan Scope, third baseman. Frederick, 25 games this month. What an August. Big average slugging percentage, home runs, the 8 doubles and a triple added to it, and 20 RBI in 25 games. Good job, Jonathan.
Yeah, keep it up.
Here's Nolan Reimold on the foul ball. Reimold struck out his first at bat in the ball game. The Orioles have now won 3 out of the 12 against the Yankees on the season. These two teams are going to meet again tomorrow night, and then over the holiday weekend in New York. They will play on Monday. It's going to be a day game, night game, day game in New York on the 5th, 6th, and 7th at Yankee Stadium.
Give me that again. Day game?
Night game, day game.
I don't know.
0-2 is going to be taken inside. Reimold, 1 and 2. Foul ball. That postponed game that's been rescheduled for Thursday, September 8 against the Yankees is going to be an afternoon game. Tickets will be honored for the August 27 or April 22 game. Either one. There have been so many mess ups in the schedule for the Yankees Orioles that you got to look at your ticket. The August 27 or the April 22 game, either will be honored. That's a day the Yankees are not happy about at all on the rescheduling, and with some understanding. Here's the 1-2 delivery. That's going to go down to third base, and that's going to be a base hit. Not a darn thing Chavez could do about that one, and Reimold's got an infield single.
Wow, so just missed a double down the line. Another good slider. Just tops it. And he did exactly what you have to do. 6 straight Gold Gloves. He's seen this before. He catches it before it's going to hit the bag. Obviously not going foul.
So 2 infield hits have been recorded by the Orioles. Vladimir Guerrero and now Reimold. Here's Andino, flied out to center his first time up. The Orioles have 6 hits in the ball game, tied at 3. 1 down. Another slow roller fouled off.
You mentioned his propensity to throw in ground balls, and when you're throwing a lot of right-handed hitters, Wieters started the first game, so he's not playing. He would have been hitting left-handed with Tatum on deck. You're going to throw sinker sliders, you're going to get some grounders if you're getting the ball down, and he's done a pretty good job of doing that.
0-1 count. The game that's been rescheduled, what that means is the Orioles are going to be in New York playing that series with the Yankees on a day, night, day. Then they're going to come back here on the 8th and play a day game. Then the Yankees have to fly to the West Coast to start a trip that will begin against the Angels, Seattle, and then to Toronto. You can see why the Yankees weren't real happy with having to come back here to play on the only day off that they have, I think, remaining, because they've got another couple of doubleheaders they got to play.
That's why they're going to a 6-man rotation.
Yeah,
because of all the doubleheaders.
And Dino, an 0-1 count and 1 down. That's going to go to third. Chavez, Cano. Double play recorded. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. It remains a 3-3 ball game. $1,800 tequila. And for the Orioles, Adam Jones, 2 sacrifice flies, accounting for a couple of the runs. A double by Ryan Adams, accounting for the other. Hardy, Markakis, and Reynolds have crossed the plate. And Brian Mattis has taken care of the rest. He gave up the 3-run homer to Granderson, and that tied the ball game. That put the Yankees ahead 3-2, and the Orioles came back and tied the game.
And Chavez, who'll step to the plate, started it all with a soft single to left. And just hung in there with 2 strikes and hit it between Jones and Reimold.
Eric Chavez against Brian Mattis. Chavez lifts it in the air. Brian Mattis gets the out on the fly ball. Markakis right there to haul it in. I want to congratulate the Gulf Coast League Orioles. They played a playoff game today, losing it to the Yankees 6-2, but a great year. And Buck Showalter noting today that the Gulf Coast Orioles team ERA 2.07 was the best in the Gulf Coast League. And he said, I'm very proud of what they've done down there with that pitching and with that team. Ramon Sambo, the manager. Larry Jaster is the pitching coach. They get help from Milt May, Leo Gomez as coaches. So even though they lost that one today, congratulations to the Gulf Coast League Orioles. They had a real great year. Put up some good numbers. It was a 1-game playoff. Here's Nunez. Eduardo Nunez will take the pitch down low.
Well, I remember, a lot of farm directors will say you'd like to win and develop players, but some will say, well, at least you're developing players. I kind of go with the Frank Cashin. You want to develop and you want to win.
Why divide it?
Yes.
Reimold. 2 fly ball outs. When the O's take on the Blue Jays Tuesday, don't miss your chance to save. Every Tuesday is Ollie's Bargain Night, presented by Ollie's Bargain Outlet. All upper reserve seats, only $9. So gather up your family and friends and enjoy an affordable night at Camden Yards. 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com for tickets. Two down, nobody on. Here's Gardner. Brett Gardner walked, scored ahead of Granderson on the homer, and has also struck out. Still looking for his first hit in these games against the Orioles in this set. He is 0 for 9. Orioles trying to sweep a doubleheader from the Yankees, something they have not done since 1984. 0-1 pitch. Gardner showed bunt and will take the pitch up high, and a 1-ball 1-strike count.
And a nice call by Wally Bell, because he was gone on that bunt attempt. Ball was definitely high.
Gardner, 37 stolen bases, started the day tied with Coco Crisp. Ellsbury just one behind him with 36. 1-1 delivery, and that's a good breaking ball that's in there. 1-ball 2-strike count on Gardner. Ryan Mattis trying for his second 1-2-3 inning. He's retired 7 in a row. 1-2 pitch to short. Hardy. Oh, man. He can play it. That is a tough pick that he made look easy. 8 in a row set down by Brian Mattis, and the Orioles and Yankees are tied at 3 apiece. Verizon, America's largest and most reliable wireless network. Camden Yards, this is the second game of our day-night doubleheader, and the Orioles and Yankees tied at 3-3. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer. Well, what do you think from the left-hander for the Orioles tonight?
One bad pitch. You know, Chavez looped one into left. He walked Gardner. Of course, what does Brett Gardner do when he leads off? Tries to get on. He did. And then Granderson, he's just having an outstanding year. You know, one of those games, Gary, when Derek Jeter hits the ball off his right knee, he's not playing. A-Rod coming off the knee, a little bit of a thumb thing, but he missed about, a month with a knee operation. It's kind of a game you want to win. I mean, we know the Yankees have to win, so it's a huge game for them. But you know, I think Joe Girardi trying to play for the long haul. So on a night where those two guys played, but at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the bullpens. And the Yankees have a good one, but the Orioles well rested, so anybody's game.
We'll see what Brian does with this. He too wants to be a little more efficient, as was true in the first game. That pitch count again gets run up early by some quality at bats that have gone 8, 9, or 10. So he's had that count run up a little, but last couple of innings he set him down in order. Now Nova will go to work on the mound against Tatum, and that's a strike on the outside corner with the slider. As predominant a pitch as the slider has been over the years in baseball, none more so than Steve Carlton. Amazingly, we don't see a lot of real slider pitchers who predominate with that kind of a pitch anymore. I mean, it's part of repertoires, but guys who just come out like Nova does and rely on that slider and throw it all the time is not common.
No, you've seen the cutter. The cutter goes, you know, like the Dodgers organization, they would not even let you throw a slider. But there it is again, and I think for Nova, he's so tall and he's got long arms, and again he reminds me of maybe almost as tall as Ferguson Jenkins. And what did Fergie? I mean, won 20 games 7 times. He's in the Hall of Fame, but he could just pinpoint that outside corner with a slider. And he's got a curveball. Yeah, but there it is. So for a young pitcher, he's only 24, and last year he was very good at Scranton, 12-3. But right here, he's got a vast variety, and he's got a live arm.
Nova gets a strikeout, and he's got 5 in the game. It is his 22nd start, 23rd appearance of the season in this game. And among the rookies at the top in rookie pitchers, 13 and 4, and a very fine 3.97 earned run average.
Well, he might end up being one of their best starters. Phil Hughes in and out. Sometimes the velocity's there. Still trying to get back to where he was last year. Obviously, CC Sabathia is going to be their #1 guy. Burnett's struggling. Garcia, Cologne's been good, but as you mentioned, is he going to be able to sustain that into the playoffs? Because these teams, they play a 7-month season. Get to the playoffs, and then how do you do in October? And we all know it's about your guy, and as we look at CC Sabathia, better than their guy.
Yep, that's the battle, and a lot of last pitchers standing when you get to the postseason after the long year. 1 ball, 2 strike count, 1 down. J.J. Hardy delivered a double, scored in the 3rd inning. Hardy now with the 11-game hit streak. Nova with a 1-2 count. And to second base, Cano perfectly positioned, hard hit. 2 down. Mid-Atlantic Sports Report's going to be back tomorrow, 5:30, right here on MASN. Tom Davis, Dave Johnson, Mel Lanton, and Phil Wood will update you on all that's going on around the baseball world. You'll get live look-ins from the ballpark, interviews, and a whole lot more on the Mid-Atlantic Sports Report tomorrow, 5:30 on MASN.
Yeah, I think ideally you would like to see Nova pitch against the Red Sox. He's only done it once all year, just to see. Because if you look last year when the Rangers beat the Yankees to get to the World Series, Colby Lewis, 12 and 13 on the year, he beat the Yankees twice. So again, you just don't know in the playoffs. If you get a guy young, live arm, he may be one of your top 3, or especially when you get in the championship series, the division series, is you hold your breath for all 5 games. They can get over in a hurry. So again, you never know. This kid could be real important to the Yankees in the postseason.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Certainly would appear it will be Yankees Red Sox again going, because coming into this game with Tampa Bay picking up a win today, shutting out Toronto 12-0. The Yankees are on top by 6.5 in the wild card spot, and they are 2.5 games behind the Red Sox, who do not play today.
But again, the intriguing thing about the Rays, Desmond Jennings, young players up. They just seem to be able to hang in there. Great pitching, very innovative manager in Joe Madden.
If the Yankees and/or the Red Sox were to fall off and have a real losing streak, 7-8 games, that would be the opening of the door for a team like Tampa Bay. Markakis 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored, and Nova inside walks him. 2-out walk. First walk surrendered by the rookie pitcher. And that will give Jones another shot at it. Ball game tied at 3. Adam, 2 sacrifice flies. He's got a 3 for 6 number going against Nova coming into the game.
Well, again, keeps the ball in the ballpark. You mentioned sinker slider. That's what Ivan Nova's been able to do. Only 12 home runs, and this is his 22nd start. Did throw 3 against Colorado, but he did that at Yankee Stadium.
2 down. Markakis at first. Speaking of the postseason, at the owners GM meeting last week, a lot of discussion about the addition of another wild card team and another round in the postseason. Jerry Reinsdorf, one of the leaders of the owners, said he's ambivalent, was his word, about a second wild card team, which means he really doesn't want it. A delivery on the way, down to third, foul. He said, if what intrigues me about it is a 1-game playoff if you added a wild card team. But they took a vote of all the GMs, and the GMs adamantly opposed having a 1-game playoff, adding an additional wild card. So that what looked like it was going to be an expanded playoff system next year all of a sudden is backing up.
Yeah, I would think that. I had read 2 out of 3 seems a little fair, even though
Then you start getting into the problem of the schedule ending up taking you into November with the World Series again.
Snowfall.
Yeah, which they're trying to desperately avoid and will this year.
Yeah, the winter wonderland effect of the World Series.
0-1 count, 2 down. Markakis off first base. Lee, the owners, Andy McPhail, said at that meeting that he would love to see a balanced schedule with the teams playing the same number of games, get away from this unbalanced schedule where teams in the division play each other some 18 times. And he said sure was being selfish about that in a way with the Red Sox Yankees, but he'd like to see it. 1 ball, 1 strike on Jones. Throw over and Markakis back. Get maximum access to Orioles interviews, behind the scenes social media content news. First to know when you like Masson on Facebook. Facebook.com/Masson Orioles. Content you can't miss.
Social content.
1 ball, 1 strikeout.
There it is, disappearing slider. If you get on top of it, we talk about tilt, if you can keep your hand on top of it, it's going down. And again, for him, he changes speeds with it. I'm not sure he does it on purpose. But again, you can see it's going down, it's going a little bit away. You don't pick up the spin.
That's our Jeep Expo, brought to you by the 2011 Jeep Compass. 1 ball, 2 strike count, 2 down. Markakis, pretty good lead. Not going. Jones check swing, almost picked off the on deck batter, Vladimir Guerrero.
Yeah, well, one is going away from me, the other one is coming in, and so he's kind of zigzagging you.
It's a great combination, isn't it, though? If he can learn to come in hard, back you off a little, and throw that slider the outside part of the plate, or even a little off.
But the other thing he has, and we've seen it on a couple of occasions, and has been very successful, the big overhand curveball. So more break, 12-6. About 78 miles per hour, so 3 different speed pitches.
Down to third base, Chavez, Cano, and they get the force out. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. The pitchers' duel continues. Mattis and Nova. Light, freeze can. Andino at third base.
He's made it look pretty easy. You got Robert playing third, you got Reynolds playing first, and infield, the corner's doing a nice job. Well, not that the other guys aren't either, but.
Coors Light freeze can brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
And you missed the bare hand pop-up in Minnesota. He overran it, reached back, caught it in his palm.
Who needs a glove?
No, he didn't.
Shift on for Curtis Granderson, who delivered his 37th home run, 3rd inning. 1 for 2.
Got to put the NBA shift on. I always thought about that. I want tall outfielders when you hit home runs like he hit it. You want them to leap and bat them back. Keep them in the park some way.
Granderson's 2nd home run. against the Orioles this year, and he's got 8 RBIs against the Orioles in this, the 13th game these teams have played. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Granderson. Good ball game. We go to the 6th inning, tied at 3. And he'll take the pitch, and it goes to 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, you made a great point on Friday night. Again, the batting average about the same as it is against right-handers. Now 14 home runs. That's more of any left-hander hitter in the American League against left-handed pitching. There's not a great slider, but it was in a fastball count. He takes it. Yeah, Brian Mattis is going to learn the 2-seam fastball. Mike Flanagan taught Doug Johns. He mastered that as a starter and a reliever, and there's a good slider.
Mix that one up and got him. Granderson is an out here in the 6th inning. Strikeout number 5 for Mattis.
Yeah, totally different pitcher. I mean, very few balls hit hard tonight other than the 3-run home run, and right there, beautiful execution on the right pitch.
First out of the 6th inning, Mark Teixeira. He has doubled and grounded out. 4 hits in 9 at bats.
Yeah, Ryan Adams. You can see
games.
Adams. Look where Adams is. He's right where he can see where the ball is when it's in the hitting zone.
Teixeira, the off-speed pitch, is outside for a ball. Orioles have juggled the defensive alignments against these hitters, moving the infield in particular all over the place in this game, this series against the Yankees. Outside for a ball, 2-0.
So that's why when you're playing a little bit shallow, as Adam Jones is, when the count goes to 2-0, Wayne Kirby talking about it, you just got to take a step or 2 back. Tie ball game, don't want a ball over your head.
84th pitch thrown by Brian Mattis in the game, and he falls behind on Teixeira. A 3-0 count.
Yeah, you wonder if he's swinging.
Yes.
Well, you've got to figure he is. Joe Girardi, you got a veteran hitter, you got a power hitter. You give him the green light. This is what the Yankees do.
Teixeira against Brian Mattis, 4 hits in 13 at bats. Brian with a 2-win, 3-loss mark, lifetime against the Yankees. 3-1 delivery, and that'll be fouled off the other way. He holds the count 3-1. To help ease the downtown traffic as the Grand Prix approaches, O's encourage fans of the Blue Jay Series to use a carpool of public transportation. If you've got a valid MTA pass, you're going to get $5 off a regularly priced ticket. Public transportation. Think about it for the Toronto Series. To short, Hardy off his glove. That'll go into left field. Reimold will chase it down to hold him to a single, and Teixeira's on.
Yeah, a little hanging changeup. Again, trying to fool him, except it's up, so he smokes it. Nice effort by J.J. Hardy. One of those plays, I suppose, if you catch it, there might have been a chance. Checking to see if he still has any rawhide in him.
That was stung.
Yep. Well, he's hit some balls hard. He also got some base hits on some balls soft, but we've seen him use the whole field. And then again, anytime you get on, you bring Cano to the plate.
Teixeira hitting over 330 against the Orioles this year. Here's Cano. He has struck out twice. He has not been able to get lined up on Brian Mattis. For the first time this year, first time in about 3 years, Cano's actually not having a particularly good series yet against the Orioles. He's had only 1 hit in 9 at bats.
Threw the yet in there, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you're 1 swing away from contact with him.
0-1 delivery. Will just miss away.
He's that good. Play coverage, the ability, like a little magician with a bat.
And the 1 ball, 1 strike count.
He's like
Cano came in hitting 378 into this series against the Orioles. 1-1 delivery.
Yeah, he's just going through one of those ruts where, again, I mean, right there, good swing. Hit a curved ball late in the ball game on Friday night, but right at Markakis.
Cano is 9th in the league in runs coming into this ball game. He's 5th in total bases. 62 extra base hits. Ties him with Alex Gordon of Kansas City for 4th in the American League. Here's the 1-2 delivery.
Ooh, that wasn't good. Real good pitch. Maybe hung that a little bit too high. Yeah, he's going, just bring it down and you'll be in my zone.
To share a very short lead at first base. Infield playing him to pull on the ground. 1-2. In the air. Left field. Rimo. Back. Goodbye. Home run. One swing away.
Yep.
Cano gets a 2 RBI homer. The Yankees are on top for the second time.
So now 7 home runs against left-handed pitching. Came into this doubleheader hitting .329 against lefties. You just get a slider up. You got to see a couple of times, and you can see right there, not a horrible pitch, but it's up enough. And again, he just inside outs at tremendous strength to all parts of the ballpark. Yankees lead by 2.
2 home runs in the game, accounting for all 5 runs. 3 RBIs for Granderson and 2 for Cano.
Yeah, can of corn in the Yankee Stadium. Here it's, again, all you have to do is hit it about 3, get it over that 364, and you have some success, and that's exactly what he does.
23rd home run of the season. Cano is Swisher. He launches one way up in the air. It's foul. Brian Mattis, 2 home runs given up in this game, 13 on the season. Cano gets his second lifetime home run against Brian Mattis, and that'll get Jagabauskas up in the pen. Outside corner, missed on that one, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
He gave it a wow. That was one of those borderline pitches that went the Yankees' way, which is, it happens. Yeah.
Despite the lofty average of 370 or so against the Orioles this year, that was the first home run Robinson Cano has had against the Orioles. He does have 13 RBIs in 13 games against the O's. 1-ball, 2-strike count. Nick Swisher, a walk, and he is struck out. Still looking for his first hit off Mattis. He's 0 for 15. Mattis trying to work that outside corner again, does not get it. 2-2. .96 pitches thrown by Mattis in the ball game. Two delivery. Swisher deep. Rimo back. Goodbye home run. Back-to-back homers by Cano and Swisher. 6-3 Yankees.
You know, Jerry, it's almost like he was sitting on the changeup. I mean, 82 miles per hour, 97th pitch of the night. It's down. Yes, it's in the middle of the plate, and he launches it. I mean, inside middle, and watch this swing. And he went out and got it. Again, a hitter's paradise here at Camden Yards if you can hit, and Swisher can.
And that will be it for Brian Mattis, and all of a sudden the ball game tied at 3 is a 6-3 Yankee lead. Aldo, the bullpen, reminds you to be street smart. Always use crosswalks when walking, when driving. Be alert for pedestrians. Vagabauskas.
Yeah, they call him Jocko, and he's boy, has he turned his season around. 2 earned runs, the last 20 in the 3rd innings. That's an ERA of under a run a game. So again, the master of the curveball. And he came in against the Minnesota Twins in that last ball game. So here are the numbers for Brian Matusz. Really, about 3 pitches in the middle of the plate, and the Yankees made him hurt. But that's the difference.
3 home runs in the game. Second time this year he's given 3 home runs in a ball game. Cincinnati got 3 off him, tying his career high, and he's given up 3 here. He's only had 1 game, his first start against Seattle on June 1, in which he did not give up a home run. So Matusz out of there is not going to break his 6th game without a win streak. May take a loss here. We'll see how the Orioles do offensively and how the pen does. Andrew Jones, a 1-ball 2-strike count. The DH has flied out twice. 1 down, nobody on. 3 runs in the 6th. And the pitch will miss, and a 2-ball 2-strike count. Well, the Yankees used the back-to-back home runs to chase the Orioles starter. 184 homers for the Yankees on the year. Trying to win a game without Jeter and without A-Rod. A-Rod just out to rest. And Jeter with that bruise on the contusion on the knee and a foul ball from game 1. 3-2 pitch, and that's going to be hit in the air. That's deep left center. And goodbye, a home run. And the Bronx Bombers are doing just that. Back to back to back home runs.
3 on Friday in their 12-5 loss. Lead the American League in home runs. Well, look at that. Over 400 home runs down the middle. And again, he's been red hot. Over 350 since the All-Star break.
So the Yankees, 3 consecutive home runs, 2 different pitchers involved in it. Number 11 for Jones. And fouled back by Martin, who is 0 for 2 in the ball game, as the Yankees with a home run ball are breaking the ball game open.
Well, we saw that on Thursday night when they played Oakland. They were down 7-1 going into the 5th inning. Ended up winning 22-9.
The first time the Yankees have had 3 consecutive home runs in a ball game this year. They've had back-to-back home runs 7 times if you count this game. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and that'll be inside.
Yeah, Mark
Hendrickson called up before the first game. And that's going to be a base hit into left field. The Yankee bats have come alive. 5 consecutive hits for the Yankees. Today's Baltimore Grand Prix Masson 3-day pass winner is James Fendrick of Baltimore. Jim, you've won 4 3-day passes to the Baltimore Grand Prix. Streets of Baltimore at 180 miles an hour. The Baltimore Grand Prix, September 2 through 4. 8 hits on the board for the Yankees and 7 runs. Chavez has one of those hits. He's flied out and scored a run. Martin on at first base. And the 6th inning, one in which the Yankees come out of a bit of a funk they were in. Granderson's home run in the 3rd inning had accounted for the 3 runs prior to this inning. Pitch will be taken inside for a ball. Vagabauskas trying to find an out. Inning started with a strikeout by Granderson.
Yeah, not getting the curveball over, and they're sitting on the fastball, and he's gotten in the middle of the plate. And right there, the edges on the corner. It's not. So all of a sudden, you're into another hitter count.
2-0 count on Chavez. Nunez waiting on deck. Orioles had the early lead in this game. And that's going to be fouled back. RBIs by Jones for the Orioles and Ryan Adams. Jones has 2, Adams 1. Orioles a 2-0 lead, and the Yankees went up 3-2. The Orioles tied it up 3-3. And now Yankees here in the 6th, making it a 4-run difference. 2-1 delivery to Chavez. He'll foul it off. Chavez, a lot of games played here. He's got a 273 lifetime average at Camden Yards. He's had 12 home runs in this ballpark. And we'll take it for a called strike. Jacobowskis will get the K in the second out of the inning.
Yeah, a little two-seamer that runs back, and you can see Tatum sitting in. I mean, pretty much inside third of the plate, but gets fooled by the movement. For the Yankees, the home run streak of consecutive games, they had hit home runs in the 24 home runs in the last 10 games to the opener of the doubleheader, and they're making up for it here.
Eduardo Nunez on the pitch, taken outside, ball 1 from Jacobowskis. Orioles had that streak obviously stopped in the first game of the doubleheader. Home runs in 10 straight as they lost 2-0. They certainly haven't missed it in this one. 4 home runs, 4 Yankee home runs in this game. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Nunez 0 for 2 in the game. Up high to him, 2-0. Russell Martin at first base. Coming over is Reynolds into the seats.
Yeah, back-to-back home runs. Again, we're always going to remember Flanny, but when he first came up, we're sitting, Ross Grimsley throws back-to-back home runs at Anaheim. And I got McGregor and Flanagan sitting next to me, and I think it was Bobby Bonds, Ron Jackson, and Don Baylor, and I looked at my 2 little guys I'm trying to mentor. I said, it never happened to me. And they looked at me. I had this magic thing, and I said, I would have walked that third guy. So it gets better because the next night I have a 5-0 lead, 7th inning, and go 3-2, and Bobby Bonds hits one about 450. There's your first home run. I go 2 on Don Baylor. He hits a rocket to center field. I'm going, you don't want to walk a guy with a 5-2 lead, because that's what I think. And the ball filters down. Blair catches it, because I would have had to walk that third guy for credibility.
2-2 with a runner going, and a swing and a miss.
Kind of a wave and a miss.
Side actually strikes out, but in between, 3 home runs and a 7-3 lead.
for the Orioles. Double by Ryan Adams. And then all of a sudden, a 2-0 lead erased. 3-run home run by Granderson. Adam Jones ties it up 3-3. And then the booming bats. Cano, 2-run shot. Solo home run by Swisher. And by Jones. There it is. A big inning. The Orioles single runs in the first 3. And again, the Yankees 3-run third, 4-run 6. And the guy on the mound, Nova, has yet to lose in his 23 starts when he has a lead. He's got a 7-3 lead here in the 6th inning. He's pitched very well.
It's hard to lose a game when you have a lead.
Well, with their bullpen. Oh, yeah, it's impossible.
So shouldn't every pitcher have something an old record when he has a lead?
They tricked us.
Guerrero goes to short.
Well, no. You can lose a lead. Not when they get you 7 runs a game. No, I don't think it's what it says is that he didn't lead with a lead. He just had a lead at any time in the game. So you could lose very easily. You could be leading 1-0, and then you could give up 5-6 runs, and you wouldn't be 14-0.
You wouldn't be 14-0.
Hey, this is a doubleheader. Don't make me think. Come on.
Okay, here we go. Mark Reynolds. Our mobility AT&T fact. Did you know Mark Reynolds, 4th Oriole to hit 30 home runs in the first season as an Oriole? Robinson, Bell. We'll show you the list. Miguel Tejada and Mark Reynolds. Those are the 4 in their first year as an Oriole who had 30 or more home runs. Frank with the biggest margin, 49.
Yeah, triple crown year and 2 in the World Series, so 51 that year. But they were only solos.
So they didn't count.
No, 1-1 a game. 1-1 game 4. Paul Blair had a solo to win game 3. And Brooks and Frank hit solos to make us all think that we had a chance to win in game 1 in the first inning.
Should.
Well, no, you know, Dodgers, Koufax, Drysdale, they had won. You're 20. You don't have any idea. They've been in that venue before.
They'd never lost a game with a lead.
Now McNally had a lead. He didn't win the game, but Mo Jabowski came in and struck out 11 Dodgers in 6 2/3 innings. Kind of set the tone for the whole World Series.
Reynolds with a 2-ball, 2-strike count, and he's gone.
Slider.
6 strikeouts.
And only 1 walk. And, you know, again, with this offense, they score for him. He's making good pitches. Able to keep the ball in the ballpark. There's the slider. Just kind of Ray Milland. Happens every spring. Put the stuff on the ball. It repels from wood, and you're in. You're pondering.
Here's Ryan Adams. Just trying to figure that out, and I know it's too late to be doing that. Ryan Adams, a double and an RBI, is also struck out. So the Orioles need some runners and a comeback. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. '88th pitch coming from Nova, and the sliders, the very high percentage of those pitches thrown in this ball game with a 24-year-old right-hander.
And then that's a running, sinking fastball. And when it's thrown down in the zone, pretty good combination.
1 ball, 1 strike count.
There it is again.
Boy. No wonder you throw it so much.
Well, it is a hard pitch to hit, and when a long time ago, when I first broke in, as you went from A ball to AA to AAA to the big league, you saw more sliders. And that really separated the men from the boys. You know, the guys that couldn't hit the slider, and it's a hard pitch to hit, they'd go home and do something else. And, there's another.
He's getting better as it goes along. At 7 strikeouts recorded in the ball game, he's had as many as 10 in a game for his high. game of this series against the Yankees. Alfredo Simon on the mound against Freddie Garcia. Our coverage on Masson HD 630 with those extra. Presented by Verizon Wireless, followed by our game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on Masson. See Freddie Garcia with that 10-7 mark and a very respectable 3.16 ERA. Alfredo Simon has put together some good starts.
Well, he came off his, well, he's had a couple of good starts, but one of them was in Minnesota. He was outstanding. I mean, a very good sinker. Of course, again, when you pitch against the Yankees, they make you bring that sinker up. So it'll be a little bit more formidable chance and opportunity for him. Mark Hendrickson lives up the road in New York. Troy Patton on the restricted list, going down for a court case in Houston. So they bring up Mark. Had a chance to be with his family as Hurricane Irene roared through. No damage to the house, he said, but a lot of debris on the way down from York, Pennsylvania, which is about 45 minutes north of here on the way up to Harrisburg.
Henderson coming up before the afternoon game of this day-night doubleheader. We go to the 7th. 8 batters came up for the Yankees in the 6th inning. 4 runs, 5 hits, 3 home runs. Bunting for the base hit, and it is a out. That ball touched him after he had left the batter's box. So Gardner, it'll be a put out for the catcher, and 1 away here in the 7th inning.
Yeah, that's what Wally Bell is looking at. And again, right here, going to bunt his way on. Yeah, right there, it hits the back of his foot, so you're out. Don't do too much about this, and again, good temp, ball away. Trying to pull it, get it by Mark Hendrickson. And again, of course, it changes the path of the ball, but he wasn't going to beat it out. He has that kind of speed.
3-run homer in the 3rd inning for Curtis Granderson, who had been 0 for 8 in the series. 37th of the year to time for first with Bautista in the home run department. Hit it or get hit, and he fouls it away. Hendrickson coming in on Granderson. Granderson, 106 runs batted in, has taken the lead in the American League over Adrian Gonzalez of the Red Sox by 3. They came into the day tied. 106 RBIs for Granderson, 103 Gonzalez. They are the only 2 over 100. Teixeira is 1 away from getting there. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and Granderson lifts that one in the air to left center field. Big run. Jones going back of the wall, and goodbye. Home run. Granderson with a 2-homer day and now leads the American League in homers with 38.
Well, he only hit 247 last year, and he changed. Look at his hands back. And again, we talked about coiled aggression. Now 15 home runs against left-handed pitching. And again, the ability to hit it out anywhere. And then you give up 2 good young players for him, and he makes himself better. Well, you really got to admire that. What did he do that he wanted to improve when it came to the Yankees' left-handed pitching? And now
he's done it.
Yeah, he really has. And he did it in the middle of the season last year. I mean, Kevin Long has retooled a lot of batting strokes, and he was willing to make changes, and a lot of guys won't do that. He hit 30 home runs his last year with the Tigers.
So Curtis Granderson is now the major league leader in home runs.
Well, this is a great park for hitting, and when you can drive the ball, and these guys can do it, and you can hit them to opposite field, you got a chance to do some damage. That's why they like to play here so well.
5 home run ball game for the Yankees. 3 off the starter, Brian Mattis. Gagabowski gave up a home run, and now Hendrickson. Gagabowski 2/3 of an inning, a run on 2 hits and 1 strikeout. Teixeira, towering fly ball to center. Jones. Teixeira retired, but he's had a double single, 2 for 4 today. All right, Coors Light cold hard blast. Cano, 6th inning.
Yeah, 3-3 ball game, little slider away, and boy, does he go out and attack that slider up in the zone, and it's at about 370. That facial expression from Brian Mattis tells you the story.
Cold hard blast brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
And that's after he struck out the first 2 times up.
So he's up to 95 RBIs. He is 4th in the American League in runs batted in. Off-speed pitch by Mark Hendrickson.
Yeah, Buck Showalter, when they send Mark out again, the suggestion as we look at Brad Ferguson getting loose was, and I don't think he's taken it, talked about him last year, have you ever dropped down? You're 6'9". To be a left-hander and have success, you have to be able to get left-handers out. Last year they hit over 300. Have you ever thought about a little different arm angle? He said Mike Flanagan do at the end of his career, became one of the most accomplished late inning pitchers, dominated lefties. Just give him another look.
Lefties hitting .348 against Shagabauskas this year. Right-handers .267. He has given up 9 home runs on the year.
Again, a way just to stay in the big leagues and become effective. I mean, teams die to have lefties that can get lefties out. That's pretty much can keep you afloat as a major league pitcher.
2 ball, 1 strike count. 2 away, Cano. That one will bounce away. So the Yankees opening up what was a tight game to take the 8-3 lead. All about home runs. All of the Yankee runs in the ball game have come on homers. 8 runs on 9 hits. 5 of them home runs.
So that's now 8 in the series.
3-1 delivery is ripped into the corner. That's going to take a hop against the wall. Marquez up with it, going to go for 2. Here's Nick's throw off the mark. It'll be a double. Cano's second hit of the game.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter which arm you fling it with if he's going to hit it. When you face him, I mean, the balance is incredible. Look at the load right there. There's a 2-seamer down and in, or thigh high and in. He just smokes it down the line.
Now runner at second base. 10 hits on the board for the Yankees. 2 down. He is Swisher, his 20th home run in his last at bat. He has struck out and drawn a walk in the game. Here's the 1-0. Down to third. And Dino makes the play to get the out. But the Yankees add another, and they've got the lead. And our 7th inning stretch brought to you by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey. Fly straight. Drink responsibly. By Hankook Tires, P1 with Hankook Tires. For the Orioles in this game, they had a lead, and then the Yankees started on the home run barrage, and the lead is gone. And this doubleheader looks more and more like a split after having won the opener this afternoon. Yankee bats are just too good to expect to be held down. The Orioles did that first 2 games of the series, but this one's a little different.
They said we don't get angry, we get even. 5 home runs that came in, the last 10 games they hit 24. Nobody hits more home runs in the American League, or really in baseball, than the Yankees. And home run derby. You make bad pitches, they're going to hit them. They love to come here because it's a hitter-friendly ballpark. And, again, and Actually, I mean, you look at Swisher's bet 3-2, not a bad changeup. They really sit on pitches. I mean, that's why they're one of the best, if not the best, offensive team in baseball.
And Nova, the young rookie, may be finding it a little easier than it really is, because in the ball games that he's pitching this year, the Yankees are scoring runs.
Well, there's nothing like, and we've seen it. If you pitch well and they get you 7 runs a game, tonight 8, you're going to win a lot of games. If he wins tonight, he's going to be 14-4, 10 games over 500.
It's amazing. And he certainly has got a great chance at it. He has walked only 1, struck out 7. Orioles, Reimold, Andino, and Tatum are due up in the bottom half of the 7th inning. The Orioles won the opener 2-0. That'll be Cano trying to make the play. What an arm.
Yep.
Good play by Nova, too. He was going to reach out barehanded and decided against that. Take a look at the upcoming schedule presented by Xfinity, with the Yankees series concluding tomorrow night, then the Jays in, and then off to face the Rays. Catch all the action with Xfinity only from Comcast. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Get Xfinity today at 1-800-XFINITY. Nova with a pitch that misses for a ball, and Dino is flied out and hit into a double play. And a strike on the outside corner. 7:05 first pitch for tomorrow night's game. Alfredo Simon, Freddie Garcia, the scheduled starters. It was supposed to be a 5-game series. It's only going to be a 4. And as we told you, the makeup date has been announced for an open date for both teams, September 8th. It will be back here. It will be a 1-game stand for the Orioles on the 8th. They'll come from New York, where they will have played 3. They'll play an afternoon game at 1:05 first pitch on the 8th of September. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Andino hitting at 262. Andino, the chopper.
Yep. Again, the slider. And it's kind of interesting. If he wins tonight, it'll be 14-4. And with young pitchers, he's only 24. Usually only want to have him 20 innings more than his total last year, and he was about 187. So again, already about 131. And
got that one to the corner, and Gardner will get over there
easily get over there.
Your favorite birds are back. Favorite dogs and cats 2012 pet calendar presented by Southwest Airlines. You can get your calendar now that benefits the Baltimore Animal Rescue and Care Shelter. Just call 888-848-BIRD to go to Orioles.com for the 2012 15-month pet calendar. Tatum, Cano, into 12. That'll be 7 complete here at Camden Yards, as right now Nova's in charge and the Yankees have an 8-3 lead. The candidates tonight: Adam Jones, couple of sac flies, 2 RBIs. Curtis Granderson, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. And Robinson Cano, he's gone 2 for 4, a home run and 2 runs batted in. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, to 51862. Brad Bergeson out of the bullpen.
Yeah, found a little niche there. Again, love to start, but if you're not going to start, again, the numbers, this way you don't usually get to load up your lineup. Even though he did pitch a marvelous shutout against the Rays down in Tampa. They swept that series back in May, 2-0 game, and had 7 lefties. So tonight he'll come in, and you're down by 5. You can't afford to give any more, and he's done a nice job of doing that.
Andrew Jones, one of the 5 home runs hit tonight by the Yankees. 1 for 3 in the ball game. This is the second time this year the Yankees have had 5 home runs in a game against the Orioles. That's going to go to second base off the back of the mound, played by Ryan Adams. One away in the 8th inning. Due to Major League Baseball national broadcast restrictions, next Saturday's game at Tampa starts at 6:05. Will be televised starting at 7:06 on MASN 2 HD. Home team picks when the game starts. We encourage you to follow on MASNsports.com live game blog statistics prior to the broadcast at 7:06. What's interesting is in the Yankees home runs on the 23rd, the 5 home runs, the players were all different than the home runs that have been hit here tonight. That's tough to do. A-Rod had a home run in that game back in April. Jorge Posada had a home run. Russell Martin had 2 home runs, and Gardner had a home run. None of them have home runs in this game. It is also for the Yankees the 6th time this year they have had a home run. They've had a game with 5 home runs 6 times. Oakland, Texas twice, and Baltimore twice.
Well, the Oakland game, the 22-9, I know they hit 3 grand slams. It probably, and then I know Russell Martin hit 2, so that's 4 home runs. I assume somebody else belted one.
That's a lot of home runs. That's why now the Orioles against the Yankees in these 13 games they've played, the Orioles have been out homered 23-12 by the Yankees. Russell Martin, 1 ball, 1 strike, a single, 1 for 3 in the game, 1 for 7 in the 3 games played. Fouled up.
And he steered his rookie pitcher through again, limiting the Orioles to single runs in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and then the cavalry charge comes as the Yankees unload.
Announced attendance 37,528. There aren't that many people in the ballpark, but that many tickets sold because this game is a makeup. It is fouled away. The Orioles lost 2 sellout crowds for the Saturday games that were wiped out yesterday. Don't forget, there is a regularly scheduled game tomorrow night. 7:05 first pitch. 1-2 delivery to Martin will be outside.
Any reason why this game was scheduled at 7:30 versus the original 7:05? Did you know?
Not that I know of. I don't know.
Maybe weather conditions. Figured that
just in case rain delays, probably, or whatever in case.
Or you started late.
Yep. Here's the 2-2. That'll be fouled off.
A little pesky at bat here by Russell Martin. Again, a guy that was hurt. He leaves the Dodgers. This is how you grind out at bats. All you have to do is look at this kind of a bat with a 5-run lead and know how much going to the plate means to major league hitters, especially on teams that can score runs. Good pitch there. Nice little 93-mile-per-hour sinker.
Ferguson will get his first strikeout, and there are 2 down in the 8th inning.
And the ball goes straight down, and Russell Martin swings right over it.
Our Dodge Ram Expo brought to you by Ram Trucks. Designed, tested, and proven to be the best trucks we've ever built. Ram. Eric Chavez 2 away. Chavez a single run scored. 1 for 3. Orioles are going to have their 6-game win streak ended, absent a major comeback in this game. They had not picked up a 7-game win streak since 2005. Here's the 0-1. Two-strike delivery by Bergeson will be fouled straight back. One ball, two-strike count. Yankees move on to play the Red Sox, so A-Rod getting a game off. He did play in the afternoon game today. Then they'll have to see about Jeter, the bruised knee. That'll be a day today and a foul ball in game 1, whether or not he'll be able to get back against the Red Sox in their ball game coming up on Tuesday. Pitches outside, and Bergeson will take the count full, 3-2. Three-two pitch. Got him. Bergeson gets the strikeout, 2 in the inning, retires the side in order. 3 up and 3 down. The Orioles need some base runners, trailing 8-3. It's $50 to support the Living Classrooms Foundation. To date, the Orioles have 349 walks and a total of $17,450. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us. Seven strikeouts for their 24-year-old rookie. And the Orioles will try and get it going here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Down at the top of the order.
Yeah, you'll see the headline in one of the tabloids will be Supernova, which is a even bigger stellar explosion than a nova.
The
on the back pages. Yeah.
Garnered with the 13 wins. Up
Whoa.
middle. Almost took him out. Hardy's on with the base hit. He's 2 for 4.
Yeah, he doesn't miss the high pitch right here, but he does miss Ivan. And they have some action in their bullpen because, again, young pitcher, pitch counted at 101, big lead, good bullpen. Got some guys that need some work. And then right into the heart of the Orioles lineup.
Nover's up to 101 pitches thrown in the ball game. He does not have a complete game under his belt in the majors. Orioles 7 hits on the board. Nick Markakis a double, a walk, and he's grounded out. Well, Nick will try and get on here, force the bullpen. Nosey and Robinson are warming up. Hardy off first base. Markakis will take it away. Nick got the walk in the 5th inning his last time up. That is the only walk surrendered by Nova in the game. 2-0. And that's going to be in there. Markakis taking pitches, hoping maybe to be able to draw a walk out him and get ever closer to getting that potential tying run to the plate.
I mean, one of the products of what you try to do for team offense, take a pitch, especially when you're 5 run down. But he throws a strike.
Hardy short lead at first base and outside. 3 ball 1 strike count. So Nova falls behind. Markakis will make sure on this 3 ball 1 strike count not to help out. And he's on.
And he's gone.
That'll be it. Should be it for the starter.
Certainly would think so.
Both walks going to Markakis. As a proud partner of the Baltimore Grand Prix, the Orioles, in conjunction with MLB, have moved the start time of the Thursday game against the Jays this Thursday from 7:05 to 12:35. All tickets and parking dated September 1 will be honored for the new 12:35 p.m. time. If you have any questions, 888-848-BIRD. That's Thursday, this Thursday against the Jays. Game is now 12:35 rather than a night game.
Yeah, you keep looking down, and Russell Martin looked in the dugout, didn't see Joe Girardi coming, went out there. Chris Robertson has second lowest ERA, getting loose in the bullpen. Only Eric O'Flaherty, and here he comes. He's just giving him time because he was just kind of easily throwing. So you would think that would be the move, even though Nova's pitched well against Jones with a couple of sacrifice flies tonight.
So a good job by the rookie, who's got a chance for his 14th win. He will leave 7+ innings, 7 hits, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. He's responsible for the 2 Orioles on base. Brought to you by America's Natural Gas Alliance. Well, right there is the flow of this game. Nova leaving 7 solid innings of work. Would give up some runs early in the game, but nothing sent the third.
Yeah, he went to the prevent defense, single runs, and now they go to Dave Robertson, all-star for the first time, one of the outstanding. I mean, they got so many highlights. I ran out of marker. Again, has not given up a run in his last 12 appearances. Second lowest ERA, again behind Eric O'Flaherty. 4 earned runs last 39 appearances, and then give you an idea how good this bullpen is. Yet to give up a run on the road this year. Came up with a cutter, always had the big curveball and a good fastball, 93, 94, 95 miles per hour. So he adds the cutter, just another dimension. And again, if you look in the bullpen, he's usually sitting next to Mariano Rivera. What does he throw? And what has he thrown since 1996? The cutter.
Robertson against the Orioles, the 4th game he's pitched in this year. He has given up no runs on 2 hits in 2 2/3 innings, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. Runners on at first and second. The Orioles in the bottom of the 8th trying to mount a comeback. Adam Jones, 2 RBIs on sac flies in the game. And is hit into a fielder's choice.
Yeah, good pitch to hit, good swing, but just fouled it off, and that's what good stuff will do. You get your pitch, and you can't quite center it.
Adams got a 1 for 5 off Robertson, and that was a home run. Wind is gone. A still night now here at Camden Yards, and a really beautiful evening. Orioles won the afternoon game 2-0. Yankees have the 8-3 lead in this one. Hardy and Markakis, the base runners. Jones will take it for a strike.
There's the cutter. Starts inside and just comes back enough. And again, late movement. And you just see it. Maybe not as good as Mariano's. I mean, it was probably inside, but you could see it just coming back a little bit.
Here's the 0-2 delivery. Another one that's going to miss outside. Good block made by Russell Martin. Cano, despite the lead, continues to play a tight second base, trying to hold Hardy, the lead runner. So Teixeira has to move way over again towards that hole. Teixeira is really the only infield defense between first and second.
But again, that's pretty much where he's going to play him.
Yep.
So he's almost in position, and he won't move a whole lot. A lot of times you'll see infielders go backpedal, but he's only going about maybe a couple of steps.
There's the hole. There's the base hit. They're going to wave him on home. Here's Swisher. They're going to bring him back.
Yeah.
Hardy got waved around initially, and then the throw came in from Swisher. And the Orioles have loaded the bases with nobody out in the 8th inning.
Yeah, Camden Yards, very difficult to score on that kind of a single, and then you're down by 5 runs. Willie Randolph very aggressive, but at the last minute, he's going to hold him right here, here, and then slow down. And he's pointing. You cannot get thrown out. So again, when you get to this juncture of the game, we talked about it the other night, the Yankees, they're starting to count out, and they need 6 more outs, and the Orioles need runs.
7 grand slams in his career. Vladdy down to third, foul. Guerrero's got a 2 for 5 off Robertson. 1 for 3 in this ball game. There are the base runners. Hardy a single at third. Markakis a walk at second. Jones, Adam with a base hit at first. And now Vladdy making it interesting here in the 8th inning. Here's the 0-1.
Yeah, perfect pitch, and boy, is it a pleasure to watch Russell Martin work the zone, watch him move up and in. That's where the glove is. It's also nice to have a pitcher that can execute your demands from behind the plate.
Two-strike delivery. Orioles now with 8 hits of their own. So after a 2-0 shutout in the first game for the Orioles, you've got 11 runs on 18 hits in the second game combined. Robertson with the 0-2 delivery, and Guerrero will take it, and Russell will stop it. Getting the body out in front of that one.
Yeah, nice play there. I mean, that ball well out in front of the plate. Little curve ball, bounces it.
Robertson, 5 wild pitches on the season. Just trying to get Guerrero to bite on that one. Now he'll come back to the strike zone. 1-2 delivery, and got him to go after that one. A big strikeout as Vladdy goes down. 1 away.
Now he's always had the hook. And again, this one bounces, but again, the spin's so tight you don't pick it up and you chase. And then Martin does a great job. Easily could have gotten by him. That's 58 feet. 60 feet 6 inches from the edge of the pitching rubber to home plate, well out in front of the plate, yet he was able to block it.
Mike Reynolds now 1 down. He's had a base hit, 8-game hit streak for him, 1 for 3, couple of strikeouts, and he'll take it for a strike.
Dave Robertson always had an exceptional arm. I mean, he's young. He came into the season. Let's see, he started at 25, and again, his birthday early April, so he just turned 26. Average about 10 strikeouts per 9 innings. First 3 years in the big league.
Reynolds a strike on the outside corner, 0-2.
And I know it may seem silly, but if you command your stuff and you have overwhelming stuff like Dave Robertson, you don't mind a strikeout guy coming to the plate. The last thing you'd want to see is a contact hitter here. If you have a chance to strike him out, maybe get out of this inning without giving up any runs.
He's faced 43 batters with the bases loaded in his career, and he's got 21 strikeouts. Close. Robertson went right down on his haunches on the call. He thought he had him.
Yeah, I don't know if he swung at this or not. No, yes, he did. Teixeira's pointing. Everybody's pointing. So the Orioles get lucky.
This year with the bases loaded, Robertson, if you include the strikeout of Guerrero, has struck out 11 straight batters with the bases loaded and has allowed only 1 hit in 13 plate appearances with the bases loaded. And he's got another one.
Well, we told you they had the #1 bullpen, and we haven't even seen Rivera. Watch this hook.
So 12 straight strikeouts this year by Robertson when the sacks have been full. The Orioles loaded him up with nobody out. Now Ryan Adams, who's got a double, he has struck out twice. Nova struck out 7. Robertson's got 2. Inside to him for a ball. First 2 got on against Nova, the single by Hardy and the walk to Markakis, then the single by Jones against Robertson. Here's the 1-0 delivery.
That's awfully firm. And then he's got this guy Hook coming at you. The cutter. And again, anytime a catcher moves his glove, nicely framed by Russell Martin, brought it into the strike zone.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. And there's the breaking ball again, 1-2.
Well, I don't know if I've seen a better curveball all year. I mean, when he's throwing it over. Even the ones up in the zone have good break on it.
Set him up with 3 consecutive inside pitches and came back to the hook on the outside corner.
Yeah, they want to stay away from the fastball out over the plate. That seems to be Ryan Adams' strength.
1-2 delivery. In the dirt again. Martin down on all 4s, smothers it, and a 2-ball 2-strike count. Now he'll be sure with Robertson here, 2-2. Bases loaded. Here's the 2-2 delivery. And he struck the side out. Step on the plate is a force out, and that's the inning. Robertson continues his mastery when the bases are loaded. 8-3 Yankees. brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines' new Rapid Rewards. Unlimited reward seats and no blackout dates. Big chance for the Orioles, but Robertson doing what he has done not only this year but in his career. Strikes the side out with the bases loaded.
Pretty impressive. Doesn't get any better than that.
Brad Bergeson retired the side in order the last inning. He will stay on. Here's Eduardo Nunez. And a strike on the outside corner. Nunez an 0 for 3. Gardner. And then Granderson to follow.
Yeah, he struck out the last 2 batters he faced in the 8th inning. Throwing 94.
So Nova gives up 3 runs on the 7 hits. 7+ innings. Couple of walks, 7 strikeouts. And Bergeson will miss with it. 2-1. Nova a chance to go 14-4. The Orioles' Brian Mattis started 6 runs, 6 hits over 5 1/3. He would be 1-7. Hardy. 1 down in the 9th inning. Follow the Orioles with the MLB.com at Bat 2011 app. Works on the iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Scores and highlights. Check in at Orioles home games. Chance to win prizes, upgrade seats. Just text at Bat 31826 or go to Orioles.com. Here's Brett Gardner. Gardner walked, scored 3rd inning. 0 for 3 in the game. 0 for 11 in the series. 0 for 12.
But again, you go back to one thing he has provided is that leadoff walk, and when Granderson hit his 3-run home run. So again, not a great night, but certainly contributes to the Yankee offense.
5 home runs in the game by the Yankees. Granderson has had 2, numbers 37 and 38, to take over the major league lead in home runs. Cano has had his 23rd. Swisher's had his 20th. Jones his 11th. They were back-to-back home runs in the 6th inning. 3 home runs off Mattis, 1 off Jagabauskas, 1 off Mark Hendrickson. And Curtis Granderson off the plate, fair ball. Bergeson, base hit, probably.
Oh yeah, that would be maybe the toughest error of the year, because there's no way he's going to throw him out. Watch him scurry right here. I mean, he's off the races. Even if you catch it, momentum going away, which he does, and of course catch.
3 for 5 game for Curtis Granderson on the infield hit. And he came into this ball game 0 for 7 in the first 2 games of this series. That will get an at bat for Teixeira. He's doubled single, 2 for 4. Takes it down low for a ball. Teixeira with a run scored. Shift is on. They will hold the runner. 1-0 deliveries outside from Brad Bergeson. Second time. As he's been up in the bullpen. 2-0 delivery by Bergeson, and that's the way. 3-0.
Yeah, not very comfortable unless you really have good command. And he's trying to hit the outside corner. Missed, and missed.
Teixeira 2 for 13 off Bergeson. Will get a walk. So that will put runners at first and second with 2 down. And Robinson Cano will get a chance again. He's had a homer and a double his last 2 times up. 2 for 4 in the ball game.
And Cano a little bit more luck. 5 for 12 lifetime against Brad Bergeson. Well, maybe it's not luck, it's skill.
And lots of it. Cano now with 95 runs batted in on the year. Granderson's first in runs scored in the league. Cano is 10th in runs scored.
And he takes a deep breath because that ball was off the outside corner. And
Here's the 0-1 to him as he steps out. That's going to go to center. Jones coming, and he's got it. So no runs, 1 hit, and 2 are left on base. The Orioles 3 outs to work with. Bottom of the 9th, the Yankees up by 5.
Post game, Yankees lead at 8-3 going to the bottom of the 9th. And one thing about the Yankees, if you're going to get in a slugfest, that's not a good idea.
No, we talked about it in the pregame show that at any time this team can rise up and hit home runs with the best of them. Tonight they've got 5 home runs. So if the Orioles are going to keep Ivan Nova from getting his 10th consecutive win, they got to come up with 5.
Well, the bottom of the 9th coming up. Back to the booth we go. Gary and Jim.
All right, Jim and Rick standing by. They'll have the post-game show. Let's see what the Orioles can do in the bottom of the 9th inning as the Yankees trying to earn the split. Hector Nosey will come on to do the pitching and try and wrap it up in a non-save situation.
Yeah, sign with the Yankees last year, A-ball, AA, AAA, first major league win actually here in Baltimore. And well, again, down at Scranton, not a lot of appearances early on. 4 starts, 1-1. Comes up to Baltimore on May 15th, scoreless innings, and wins his first major league game.
He'll come on for David Robertson, who gave up 1 hit but struck out the side in the 8th inning. 2 starters, the pitchers of record for each team. Updating you on the voting for the AT&T Player of the Game. There you see the results so far. You can text in your vote, A, B, or C, to 51862. Results in the O's Extra post-game show. Nolan Reimold. Reimold 1 for 3, a base hit. 8-10-0 for the Yankees, 3-8-0 for the O's. And the first pitch from Nosey is in their first strike. Yankees after their 79th win of the year. And the ground ball to second will find Cano. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. First game, the Orioles came away with a victory, a shutout, 2-0. Zach Britton the winner, 8-9. Cologne the loser, 8-9. Greg got the save. This one an entirely different game. A-Rod not playing in the ball game. Just resting.
I'm not sure you want to get too close to Joe Girardi because he's got a bad cold. Won't be any good.
2-strike count. Jake Fox waiting on deck. Andino an 0 for 3. And Nosey's pitch up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Nova tough on the righties, and again, not a lot of pitches to hit for Robert tonight. And that's one of the difference between good and bad pitchers. Sometimes you just don't get a whole lot of good pitches to hit. Stuff's good. Variety's good. There's another hard slider. That's been the pitch. So what's that, 11 strikeouts tonight for Yankee pitchers? What's this exploding slider? And again, Nosey, what they did is he just brought him up through the minor leagues as a starter, and now he's a long man, intermediate reliever with a power arm.
Jake Fox called up on Tuesday, joining the team in Minnesota, with Felix Piet being put out on assignment and clearing waivers and going down to Norfolk. Fox with a 1-0 count, 2 down, bottom of the 9th inning, as the Yankees look to put it away and split the doubleheader. And Fox in the good cut.
Well, what a veering breaking ball that is. Yeah, Blake Davis goes down. Up comes Matt Engel. We'll bring Fox up. PA. Engel can play the outfield. Fox can hope to help you against left-handed starters.
2-1 strike count. Yankees will have against the East a not particularly overly impressive record. They are 25 and 23 against the East. Orioles will be 16 and 32. Strikeout and missed, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
Boy, where do they get these kids? 88 down and away slider, 96 riding heater. That'll get some guys out. Yeah, that 2-10 record against the Red Sox really puts a dent in that record against the American League East teams.
Down to first base to Shara, and this doubleheader's over. So the Yankees come away with the 8-3 win in the nightcap after losing the opener. And on the season now, the Yankees have the lead in the series 10-3 with another one left in this series tomorrow night. There's your final line. Nova wins it 14-4. Brian Mattis, the loser, 1-7. Tomorrow night it'll be Freddie Garcia for the Yankees, Alfredo Simon on the mound for the O's. 6:30 Masson HD O's Extra, presented by Verizon Wireless, and our game at 7. For Jim Palmer and all of our great crew here at Camden Yards, I'm Gary Thorne. Thanks for joining us, everybody. First game 2-0 Orioles, second game 8-3 Yankees. This has been a Masson presentation. O's Extra is coming up next. Adieu.